like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Sorry, I just watched Creed 3, guys. You got to forgive me. What's up, Mediocre? How you doing tonight?
Cheers, my brother.
Happy Tuesday. What's cracking? Cheers, guys. If you are a grown-ass adult in your own home, feel free to pop one with us. A drink, that is. We're just...
what is up, people?
No super big agenda tonight, guys. I just missed hanging out with y'all today. Thought I'd come on for a little bit, answer any questions. I spent most of my day listening to damn Jerome Powell, Mediocre, and then trying to edit 2 hours of testimony down to a 5-minute video. That was pretty tedious. What to include?
You know what he said?
He said we're fucked.
He said blah 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 blah. That's what he said.
Oh man. Good evening, everybody in the chat. Prometheus, Jay Portagi, Captain Billy, Danny Brocate, Proud Ma Christian. Who else we got here? Twisted Game Logistics, Traders Anonymous, Sergeant Beef. What's up, brother? JB G Immortal. How y'all doing tonight?
Let me go to my channel, do a couple things real quick. Hang on.
Fifth Survivor, what's up? Hoops. Mike Bala. Chris, howdy, in Fort Worth. All right, fellow Texan. Yeehaw. We got rodeo coming up here, Mediocre. I got, I think, 3 rodeo nights booked, tickets in hand. I forget who we're seeing. Tracy Lawrence, Russell Dickerson, and someone else. 3 different nights. Starting on the 11th, I think. They bring in some good bands right after the rodeo.
Nice.
You ever been to a rodeo?
When I was younger, I have, yeah.
All right. It's kind of our annual thing. If we have time, we try and go. Sometimes every day of the week. It's like a couple weeks long. Different band every night. Carnival rides. I don't usually do the carnival rides. I did when my kids were little. But you know, if the wife wanted to do some, I would do it. She's mostly about let's watch some bull riding, drink a few beers, and then enjoy a good night of music.
Yeah, I haven't been since I was a lot younger, but I used to have fun. I spent some time in the flats of Oklahoma there for a while.
Oh, all right. Dave, what's up? Dave's got his clown makeup on. Good evening to you. Black Widow, good evening. Also in Texas, excellent. Lauren, good evening. Buckaroo Bonsai. He says, last live stream with May was great. I appreciate you tuning in, Buckaroo. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. That goes with the game, guys. The ones who didn't, you know, the comments are, oh, May's a paid off shill. Well, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. I don't know, guys, but I have listened to her channel, and the content she's delivering is factual. So that meets the minimum bar, and I do think she does know what she's talking about. Unlike some faceless YouTubers with their comments turned off, who once you start talking to them, it's very obvious they don't really know anything. If you know what I mean. Not going to name any names. Do you got some names to say hello to, Mediocre, and then we'll put some questions
Yeah,
up?
what's up, Glock? I see you out there, Glock. Who else we got in here? Let me go take a quick look over there. I was doing something else at the moment, but we got if I can find my chat.
I'm going to pin.
I'm a rookie at this stuff. You know that, right?
I'm going to pin some of these questions going by. So once you say your hellos, we'll start answering some questions.
Yeah, we got Grandpa Barney, Fly Free. We got Doc Breezy. We got Danny. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? What is up? All right. What else we got going on?
I see a few
Bull riders are absolutely insane.
Few people asking about
I have to agree.
TRKA. Yeah, I'll show you what I got on TRKA, guys. Just so you know where I'm coming from. And look, if I'm reading the company's information, guys. If the company published incorrect information, then I'll do a retraction. But I got multiple sources of my information. Let me just show you what I'm looking at. So if you go back and you look at the 10K from the last one, where it says outstanding shares 64 million right here. This was from September 23rd, 2022, long time ago. And that's what the brokers are still showing. And then if you look at the one that was just released, this 10K, and you look for that same information, outstanding shares is now 344 million. Now, that's not me telling you there was dilution. This is the company telling you what the outstanding shares is. Remember, you got authorized. That means it's in the back pocket. And then you have issued and outstanding. 344 million are now outstanding as of March 3rd. Again, that's not my information. That is from the company. And then I also pay for this site for everybody that supports my channel. Some of your money goes to pay for tools that not everybody wants to pay for. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month for Fintel and Ortex and things like Bloomberg and different news sites that are behind a paywall. And another one that I use is Dilution Tracker. And you can see right here, they are showing at the top that the float is indeed 329 million with a market cap of 125 million, which obviously differs from what the brokers are showing, because Dilution Tracker will immediately update based on company filings. The brokers they'll be updated tomorrow or a couple days from now. So brokers will always be delayed. They're slow as molasses. Not the first time I've been through this on a ticker. Now, is there a chance that we're misinterpreting the company filing that says that the outstanding shares are 344 million? Hey, there could be. We'll know in a couple days. But I know that last time I looked, it did not say 344 million. It said 64 million. So I just share information, guys. I don't make shit up. I share what is available. You make your own decisions. Is that fair? Is that fair with you, Mediocre?
I think it's fair. I mean, it's not like you just came out and said, I'm going to give these numbers out today, and this is what we're going to go with.
I just report the information that the company reports. It came out today. I reported it.
Yeah.
Hate it all you want.
Wrong with that.
It's not me. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm trying to help you.
That's right. I don't know, man. That was interesting. What this whole thing today, the whole hearing.
Mediocre. Do you remember when Ryan Cohen filed that he was going to sell all his Bed Bath and Beyond shares? You know how much Tony is wrong messages I had to endure for a day or two?
How many? How many wrong messages did you get?
Hundreds, Mediocre. Tony's wrong. Ryan Cohen would never sell. That form just means that maybe one day, potentially, he might sell. Guys.
He's still holding, I take it?
No, he fucking the real filing of his confirming his sale dropped like 24 hours later, but we had to endure 24 hours of arrows in the back. You're a shill. Why are you covering this? You don't even own that stock. Because guys, I have thousands of people on my channel and hundreds in my Discord that ask me about tickers. My job is to support the people that are supporting this channel. When it gets overwhelming of people saying, can you tell us something about this stock? I'll spend a few minutes or sometimes a few hours or a few days, depending on how big the play is, to give people the proper information. And then they make their own choices. I don't make videos or pump penny stocks, but if enough people that are members of my channel ask, I will provide them a little bit of color, and then they make their own choice. My DD was published on Troika in my Discord on February 22nd. An extensive amount of due diligence.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think that stock was going to reach $1.
It was impressive that it did. And a lot of people made a lot of money. I love to see you guys make money. I love it. But everybody kept asking me every day, Tony, are you getting in? Are you getting in? And I think yesterday I posted I posted in a private message to someone that asked me on Discord, are you getting in? You know what I posted back as a response, Mediocre? A picture of a storm cloud with lightning bolts, because I knew something was the shit was about to hit the fan. Like the higher it got,
something was brewing.
Yes, it was a fucking setup from day one. I was counting the days. I'm like, okay, not today, but in the meantime, guys, play the fucking momentum, get your fucking money, but always be taking profits. And sure the fuck don't buy shit on the way down. As it's dropping today, until you see a nice firm bottom. We love it when she got a nice firm bottom, Mediocre. When you see a nice firm bottom, you want to jump in, that's fine. But just randomly picking a spot to jump in on the way down, fuck that shit. On a penny stock? Hell no.
Yeah. What's up, Phil? For real? I see you in the chat.
Juicy says he got out of TRKA at 90. That's what I'm talking about right there. My man. Phil for real, what's up? Phil says, I trust Tony, always have since he came out on YouTube. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Tony could disagree with me and I'd accept it because I know he triple checked. Phil, I tweeted out like 2 days ago, just my sense of foreboding on Troika. I said, I feel like the shorts are letting it run up so that they can exercise some of these shares, the convertibles and the warrants. And then they're just luring in retail before the big rug pull. They do that all the time. I got so much hate, I deleted the message because the S1s were pulled, right? But I didn't go back to Twitter, but I did message some people. I said, look, the S1s were pulled, but the fact remains there were 300 million already authorized shares that have been there for a long time. They didn't need the S1s. I think it was, I don't know why they filed them in the first place. I mean, maybe they wanted the 300 million just for backup, and that the S1s were to cover the convertibles. But look, I think they're actively trying to sell the company. So who knows? Who knows what happens? The CEO and the CFO got bonuses. They got paperwork filed that they get a bonus if they recapitalize or sell the company. So there could be some potential for this play to still bounce around from here to there. But now we know what really the outstanding shares is, and it is what it is, guys. Do what you want. I don't care. I'm just sharing info. play it whatever way you want. It's irrelevant to me.
Yeah. I mean, earnings is coming up, what, in a week? I'm not sure exact the date, but I'm pretty sure earnings is coming up on that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it did do something else, but not for me, man. It's just not for me.
Juicy says too many people pumping Troika. The problem I have, Juicy, with the main, especially the one dude on Twitter, I don't want to say his name, but many of you know him. He pumps a lot of penny stocks. He's got a devil in his name. That should be enough of a hint. When the only thing you're reporting on is FTDs and daily short interest or daily short volume, and that's the extent of your DD, you're going to get burned. And I see him get burned time after time. Oh, this surprise came out of nowhere. Well, it wasn't really a surprise to me. But who knows, guys? Maybe tomorrow's another day for Troika. Maybe it'll run back up. Maybe it will.
What's it at now? 36 cents?
Yeah. It dropped like 70% in one day. Oops.
Couldn't hold no gains?
It had a beautiful pre-market run today. It's had a beautiful 2-week run to 99 cents. And then someone decided to start selling. So it is what it is. I don't want to beat a dead horse, guys. Wake up and hope for something good tomorrow. You never know. You never know. Anya says, I thought you said insiders were running up TRKA to dump. I think, look, if I knew I had convertible shares and warrants, I would be letting it run up. I would be adding to the FOMO out there in social media, hyping it up, and then shorting it because you know that you're about to convert all those warrants or you have all those warrants and shares that retail doesn't know about, and you're going to dump them when it gets to the right price. So they made money on the way up. They were shorting. That short interest was high as fuck. And they had no problem shorting it because they were going to make money on the way down too. Have you heard this story before, Mediocre? on any other ticker? It's kind of like what people saying AMC's short sellers are doing it right now, letting it run up so they can short it back down.
Yeah. It happens. I hear it all the time on many different tickers. That's supposedly going to happen on BBBY as well.
Yuka Frida says, did I read the only applicable to issuers involved in Yuka? I mean, there's no contesting, Yuka, that in their 10K filed today, the company is telling you right here what the new float is. You can see this, right? This is the company telling you the outstanding shares, 344 million. This is the last one right here. Before that, 64 million. I mean, and then dilution tracker is also telling us that the float is 329 million. So unless the company and dilution tracker are interpreting their own information incorrectly, which is possible, I don't care what any other small print says. I saw people last night misreading the Bed Bath & Beyond on live streams, misreading the wording on Bed Bath & Beyond convertible preferred shares. It says da-da-da-da-da. I was like, well, you just skipped over the first sentence where it says bondholder may convert at any time of their choosing. You skipped over that part and you went down to all the fine print. Like you can't have selective reading on this stuff, right?
I don't think so. I try to read it clear and read it over and over again. I mean, mistakes can happen when you're reading stuff, but some of the stuff is, but there's a bunch of people that can read the stuff and come up with different ideas on what it means. And I try to everything I talk about, I try to talk with others and see what they think about it. I don't know. I try to get the right facts because you got money on the line in the end.
The only other, I'll give you one reasonable explanation of how I might be wrong. Let's see. Hang on one second. Read a question there, Mediocre.
This says, "Yo, Phil just sent you here." That's Traders Anonymous. Let's see who else we got.
Guys, unless you have a different definition of outstanding shares are shares that have been sold to the public. Am I wrong on that, Mediocre?
Grandpa Barney says, I want to say one thing. Grandpa Barney says, I would look handsome bald like him.
Like who?
Thanks, Grandpa.
You're not bald.
Thank you. I know, but Grandpa Barney is. What was your question now?
Is there another definition of outstanding shares besides shares that have been sold to the public?
No.
All right.
Outstanding shares.
Guys, I came on live to take all your hate. Get it out. And if I'm wrong, I will I'll retract everything tomorrow or by the end of the week. But I would expect that in the next day or so, you'll see all the brokers update just like Dilution Tracker did here to show you the correct float. So in the meantime, today's your day. Send all the hate my way. I came here just so you can do that. Tell me I'm wrong. Get it all out of your system.
Tony loves it when people hate on him.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for me, half these YouTubers wouldn't have content. Cheers, bitches.
Cheers. That's the thing with all stocks, right? If you're going to enter into a position, you should at least know what the float is. To the best of your ability, you should be looking into that. I actually had a conversation about that in the Discord before we came live over here.
There is a very small chance, right, Mediocre, that the outstanding shares, let's just say that they're held by insiders and they're not in the public float. That would be the case where I'm incorrect, right? They could be issued an outstanding, but held by insiders and not legally in the public float. So there is a chance you guys could make fun of me here in the next day or so, and I'll take it. If I'm wrong, I'll take it. Not a problem.
Somebody asked me about Mullen in the Discord tonight.
What'd they say?
A friend of mine, a dear friend of mine. Well, they were interested in it, so I asked them. I said, well, because I didn't just give them the answer because that doesn't teach them anything, right, or how to find it. So I told the person that they should go to FinViz or something like that and look up what the share float is on the stock. I already knew it was, $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, I asked him,
fixing to be 5 billion.
I said, it's trading at 20 cents. Do you think you can squeeze that stock? That's the same float as AMC and Ape combined. It ain't gonna happen. So, I don't know.
Ziggy says I got this one wrong. Maybe so, Ziggy. If I'm wrong by the end of the week, Ziggy, I'll come back on and just not say anything and let you guys throw all the mud that you want to throw. How's that for a fair deal?
I just want people to realize you got to check these things,
I do get stuff wrong from time to time. I'm not infallible. Tonight, get it all out. But one of us is going to have to eat crow in the next day or so. Mediocre, you know how many times people ever came back and said, sorry, Tony, you were actually right?
Probably quite a few.
No, 0.
Harold? No, nobody told you we're right. I did. I know I did.
I mean, a couple of YouTubers that are friends, but I'm talking about people in the comments. Man, when I did that BBBY video 2 weeks ago, you should go read all the comments in that one. You're wrong, Tony. It's not going down. It's not going to go down. That's not really, no one's going to convert those preferred shares. Not one of them has come back and said, well, fuck. I guess I should have sold this day.
Yeah, nobody likes to be wrong, but you know what? I'll eat crow if I'm wrong. That's one thing.
I will
that
absolutely.
do.
If I got something wrong, I will absolutely tell you guys. Absolutely.
And I've been wrong before, for sure.
All right. Papa D, what's up, buddy? Can I read your super chat above? Yeah, sorry. What did I miss? Let me see. Help got 2,000 AMC shares at $10. I guess that's your cost average. Well, I can't give you any specific advice, Papa D, but Mediocre, let's run down what the current status is with AMC. Before we do that, and we'll get to your question here in just 1 second, Papa D. Let's look at Adam Aaron's tweet.
That's a good one to look at. I like it.
Adam Aaron tweeted today, guys. Many of you and we are aware that AMC has been on the threshold list for 3 weeks, indicating a number of failures to deliver. Some of you may be pleased to learn, and some of you will never be happy. I just ad-libbed that part. Some of you may be pleased to learn that we have contacted both FINRA and the NYSE, asking that they both look closely at the trading of our stock. Now, that is supposed to be what happens when you get on the threshold list. The SEC is supposed to use that and FINRA to go start doing some investigating. But as we know, they're underfunded and understaffed, or just paid off, allegedly, so they don't ever do anything. AMC has now lodged a formal complaint with the NYSE and FINRA. So maybe we'll get something done on that. I don't get excited, guys.
That would be nice.
I don't get excited about the threshold list because of the amount of ways that they can kick things down the road on the threshold list. I've seen companies stay on there for many, many, many months. But it is an exciting thing to see. It's an interesting data point, but it's not something I report on because I really don't care about it. Not enough to hype you up on it, if you know what I mean. But it is a good data point.
Right? I
Right?
personally like the total return swaps better than that information.
So let's give
But that's just my
Papa
opinion.
the rundown on what's going on with AMC and between now and March 14th, April 27th, dilution, conversion. Give us your best explanation, Mediocre. By the way, guys, not financial advice. No dates, March 3rd. No dates, March 3rd. No dates.
My opinion
That was its show.
Of what's going on with AMC. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, depending on if we get a run up or not before, it's possible we could see a run up. I mean, we've had great news the past few days with things going on with Atera, like closing their short position on AMC. That's a good thing that was in the Form 4 yesterday.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of good news that came out. So could a run happen? Possibly. Does it mean it's going to? No, not necessarily. I have my own thoughts. If you want my thoughts, I mean, I think it's going to be hard to get AMC below $6, but that's just my opinion of it. And could it run up? Yes. Will it? It hasn't ran up in a long time, so I don't know. If it does, it does. I'll be happy. If not, it is what it is. But I position myself to do okay anyways. As far as Ape, I don't know what to say about Ape. I like Ape, but I don't really know what to say about it. It doesn't do anything. It just kind of sits there.
Let me pull up
that information with you.
Let me pull up the short interest on AMC and APE. Guys, there are people on YouTube and Twitter reporting from some shit stock screening tool on Yahoo. It makes me so mad that these people, they're either purposely pulling the wool over your eyes or they're just not really sharp. We call them, what do we call them, Stephen? Chalk eaters. There are people actually reporting that APE is the number one shorted stock in existence based on Yahoo's top shorted stocks. That is a bunch of fucking hogwash. How do I know it? Because on their Yahoo, if you go to the tools and go to the top shorted stocks, it does not give you any data to justify the rank ordering. Did you know that, Mediocre? Have you seen that? It doesn't tell you the number of shares short. Doesn't tell you number of shares. It doesn't tell you short interest percentage. It just gives you the tickers, and that's it. And it says APE is number one. Versus we got.
So what happens when you pull up APE and look at the data?
Well, we've got exchange reported data. We've got many other websites that are legit where we get short data on APE, and it's only like 6%. There's no way it is the top shorted stock. So whoever
I don't think it is either.
Whoever's putting out that bullshit, stop. The APE short interest is 6.5%, 6.25%. So it's not a highly shorted stock, not at all. And the cost to borrow is 12%, which is another reason, it's not the most shorted stock. AMC, on the other hand, is right now 24.86% short interest with the cost to borrow average of 236%. So AMC is much more highly shorted than APE. And to build on what Massalorian, I think, is working late tonight, by the way. He is invited, but I think he's working late. If there is any squeeze going to happen prior to this vote or with all the volatility and the unknowns going on right now, it's more likely to happen in AMC than APE. Would you agree, Mediocre? Based on the short interest and the cost to borrow?
Yes.
So Papa, neither one of us can.
APE, though.
Huh? Yeah, we'll talk about
we'll
talk about why we like APE in just a second, but he said he has AMC shares. No one can tell you.
Yeah, Papa, AMC is.
No one can tell you what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to squeeze. I don't. I'm not viewing.
Let me get my trusty 8-ball and I'll shake it over here. We'll see what it says.
I'm gonna tell you guys what I've been saying for since this vote came out. I am not viewing a conversion and a reverse split as a short squeeze inducing event, like the whole QSIP change and things that people are focused on. Look, for me, a reverse split is just a math equation equaling the same thing. For me, that is a non-issue. There's no catalyst in a reverse split. As far as I'm concerned, you can call me. Look, I got people that hate me on both sides of the aisle. There's people talking trash and KC Shaw and everyone else's channel. Tony's paid off. No, I'm just being fucking honest, like I always do with you guys. If you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. There's other channels you can get your hopium on. You asked my opinion. You come here on this channel to hear my opinion. That is my opinion. I'm not paid by anybody. I'm long on all my shares, just like you guys. I would love to see a short squeeze, but reverse splits do not cause a short squeeze unless there's something weird going on. And that's where everyone's going to say, but there's something weird going on. That's what makes it exciting, guys. I can't tell you for sure. I'm not going to put out 20 videos a day telling you this is the catalyst for a short squeeze because I don't fucking know. But I love the volatility and the unknown and the fact that even the shorts don't know what the fuck is going on with this lawsuit. Anything could fucking happen. Does that make sense?
I do like the reverse split because you're right. It is just a math equation. You know what I mean? And the part I like about it is if we're gonna get diluted either way. This is the only freaking reason why I don't hate the reverse split part of it, is because I would much rather him dilute at a higher number and dilute less freaking shares than at a lower number and dilute way more shares, right? Like that hurts way more than a few shares. And it's just a math equation. That's all it is to me.
Andrew says, what about GME being on the threshold list for 39 days? GME, or the threshold list, guys, for me, it's an indicator, but you can't use it in isolation. GME had 120% short interest plus 2 times the float in the options chain. The threshold list was an indicator validating other things, right? I've seen 100 stocks be on the threshold list for months and months and months, and nothing happened. So threshold list by itself, to me, is not a useful tool. You got to combine it with other things.
I mean, I'm glad Anna Marion sent a complaint, and that makes me happy. Yeah, but if it causes something to happen, I'll be happy. But I'm not, going to go and make any trades on that information.
I will. The people are saying, please go read about the outstanding shares in case of bankruptcy. I'll see if I can pull that up. If I can get Mediocre to read some questions here. Did we fully answer? Oh, let's finish answering Papa's question, or anybody else listening in, and get all the AMC stuff out of the way. We talked about AMC. We can't tell you what to do. Let's talk about why we like Ape, Mediocre, and let's talk about that total swap forms. Give us, if you want to share your thoughts on that. If you don't, the Form 4 filing.
I will share my thoughts on it if you don't mind. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
from what I understand, total swap, or what I think about Ape. What one do you want first?
Do the total swap so we can finish off the AMC discussion, and let's move into the
All right, so the
Ape.
The main part I like about the total return swap is, well, there's 2 parts of it. It doesn't say who the other party is. We know one side of the party. That's all we have the information on. So let me be clear on that, right? Like, we know Atera is one party. We're not quite sure who the other party is, but I would suspect that it's AMC. I'll just say that. I'm going to speculate it's AMC. It could be somebody else who has that many shares as well, whatever. But from what I understand is the shares are not owned by Atera. They're owned by the other party, who is not specified in the document. But in that document, there's some price targets, which happen to be, in the first one was $6.12, and the second one, it was $6.53. So whatever. To me, that means anything less than that, Atera is responsible for payment of anything below that to the price target, and they're paying a fee to have the right of those shares, kind of like options contract. I'm not sure if people understand options, but so if the stock moves to the upside, they make the money on that. They make the benefit on that. But if it moves to the downside, from what I understand, they owe the other party the difference. So the $6 price target for me seems like a pretty good bet. That's just how I interpreted it, but I don't know. I could be wrong. So that's my thoughts on.
I'm kind of interpreting it that way also, but because the total return swaps are so complicated, and I have not filled out a Form 4 personally for those, I'm trying not to comment too much on it. I get people asking me, what do you think? I'd prefer not to comment than to tell you something incorrect. But in general, I agree with your assessment, but by no means is that my area of expertise.
Yeah. So, and I was vague on the numbers. Like, I didn't throw out specific, 6.12, and I don't know what the actual number is. I'm just saying it's in that $6 range. And, well, we got pushed below 6.12 today. So what does that tell you? What does that say? And if people ask me, it's below 6.12, does that, I don't know what the specifics are of the total swap deal, right? is it at the end of the life they owe the money, or I'm not sure the total deal on it, but from what I can interpret on there, that's what I believe. But I think that's a bullish stance, right? Um, maybe they'll pick up shares and move the price. You know, it's in their best interest to move the price up. That's the other side of the AMC. You know, it's definitely in their best interest to not let it drop below 6, from what I could tell. So I don't know. I made some plays based off of those documents, and we'll see what happens.
All right, I'm gonna just go back to Troika for 1 second because I was able to pull up this. They're saying check the part that says it only applies if bankruptcy. I'm going to show you my interpretation of this, and you guys can agree with it or not agree with it. But in legal documents, much like math, brackets are important, and the bracket starts right here, and it ends right here. Can you see the brackets, Mediocre?
Yes.
Applicable only to issuers involved in the bankruptcy. Indicate by check mark if blah, 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 section 1213, end bracket. This is the brackets. This is just reporting the shares. This is not involved in the brackets, guys. Almost every 10Q or 10K has this section. And this right here is the bracketed information. This is not in the brackets. Everything after this is not in the brackets. All right, moving on. Why do we like APE?
Why do I like it?
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's 1 for 1 with AMC. That's why.
Now tell us about the arbitrage, and then I'll tell you about the risks.
All right, so we all know that APE is trading less than AMC. I mean, that's obvious, right? So if it's 1 for 1, there's quite a bit of gap there, depending on how you interpret specific emails from AMC and how you interpret what Adam Aaron has said in the past, whatever. But we know it's 1 for 1, right? So 1 APE equals 1 AMC regardless. So if you can buy APE for $2, that means you're buying AMC for $2. I'm just speculating here. For me, it's worth the buy. But there's a downside to that as well, you know? So I like it because it's cheap. It could help you lower your dollar cost average of AMC if you're in a bad position. I don't know that to be true. I'm just saying it's a possibility. That's pretty much why I like APE.
I'm going to just add a little bit more color to that. When people are asking me, especially in the Discord or in comments on my videos, what do you think about the arbitrage on APE, or, should I sell AMC and buy APE? That's not my place to tell you guys. I do not give financial advice on my channel. But I agree with Mediocre. There is some arbitrage opportunity with APE being especially highly undervalued relative to AMC. But the caveat to that is you have litigation risk right now, right? Anything can happen in a court of law, even though my personal belief as a non-attorney, not legal advice, is that this will be thrown out or settled and the vote will go through. That risk is still very real and it is there. Therefore, I would be very remiss to, either for myself or for advice to anybody, say, sell all your AMC and load up on APE. Because God forbid, what if we're wrong and the judge sides with the plaintiff? I mean, in the world of possibilities, that still exists as a possibility. No matter how much I do not think it will happen, but anything can happen in a court of law. That's why most cases don't even get tried; they get settled. So
there are a lot of activist judges too.
There's a lot of what?
activist judges who go based off of whatever their reasoning is. You know,
Let's see if we can.
maybe it's shareholders.
Let's see if we can decode. Let's see if we can decode this question. If APE is converting 1-for-1 prior to the reverse split, would all AMC shares also reverse dilute 1-for-10, leaving less shares to dilute with? Everything, if the vote passes, APE is going to change to, every APE you have is going to change to 1 AMC. Then your total of shares will be divided by 10 and the price will be multiplied by 10. So the total float after the conversion and reverse split will be around 144 million. Then he'll have what, 550 million? Is that right?
400 million or something like that. I'm not sure the exact number.
Total authorized 500.
Oh, total, 550.
Fuck, man. I've looked at so many fucking.
550. It was 525. He's getting another 25 million.
So 550. So that then takes us into, after the vote passes, then you have dilution risk. Once this is all done, and we've talked about this every fucking time we're on live stream. This should not be a surprise to anyone that watches my channel right now. Adam Aaron has made it very clear he needs to raise cash. Companies losing money. They probably will every quarter this year. There's going to be dilution however you vote, yes or no vote. So the way I'm kind of framing it is you can vote to dilute with APE. You can vote, which would be a no vote, or you can vote to dilute with AMC, which would be a yes vote. If the no votes win, you're probably looking at billions of shares being sold for 65 cents. And if you vote yes and that wins, then you'll have 100 or hundreds of millions of shares for whatever price it is after the conversion. 30, 40, 50, 20, pick your number. I've done the math. I know which one works out better to dilute my ownership less. I would urge you to do the math yourself.
I mean, math is awesome. It gives you a lot of answers.
Everything is dilution. It doesn't matter if you only hold AMC. If they're diluting APE, your ownership in the company is getting diluted. And so are your votes.
That is true.
You get to decide, do you want them to get it for pennies on the dollar or pay a lot of dollars for it?
Pay a lot of dollars for it.
I'm looking for, I might have it. I downloaded a bunch of Adam Aaron's speeches. Another common question that comes up is why did he wait till September 26th to dilute APE? There was allegedly, I think I might have heard it. I'll get this out on a video tomorrow if I can find it. If anyone knows where it exists, let me know. I think it was in Detroit or Seattle in one of his little TED Talks with the audience.
Somebody asked that question?
Yeah, he said he wanted to wait at least 30 days to see how it held up in the market, and also so he would not be blamed on cratering the price. I'm going to find his exact mouth and voice saying those words for you guys. And I know that's still going to not make people happy. But someone was trying to drag me into an argument on Twitter the other day about this question. I said, come with us on camera. I answer this question almost every live stream. I don't go on Twitter to argue with trolls. I don't have time to argue with anybody on Twitter. We've answered this question so many fucking times. It was, why didn't he sell at $10? It was only at $10 for like an hour, guys. Right? And then it started dropping as institutions started selling. So his window of selling at $10 was minuscule. And even if he did start selling millions of shares, that $10 would have evaporated in a minute instead of an hour. So he wanted to give it time for the market to settle the price. And I think honestly, he underestimated people's willingness to sell APE. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think retail dropped the ball too in the end. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is. I'm not picking on anybody. I'm not calling anybody out. You know what I mean? I'm just looking out for what I need to look out for and try to get information out. To what's done is done, right? And I see you, Doc Zeno.
I'm going to put you on full screen for 1 second, Mediocre. All right.
No problem. Doc Zeno's trying to make me laugh over here. I see you. I see what you're doing. Tony's the one with the squeeze tools. Retail is tired. I can't argue that. They may be. I hope not, but that may be the case. Let's see. What else can we talk about? I don't know. What's the chat think
All right,
about?
sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
What's the chat think about penny stocks altogether? Yeah, I hear you.
All right. What's up, Doc Zeno? Angelina, what's up? Yeah, but to finish my thought, none of us guys are happy at the cheap price that the ape was being sold. Don't mistake me passing on his words for giving him cover. I don't know anyone that is happy at the price that the ape settled at. Why were they selling it? Why were they selling it? Because if they didn't sell it, whatever the market price was, AMC doesn't decide the market price. Fucking short sellers were deciding the price, but they needed cash going into this earnings so that we didn't have a train wreck of a Q4. Can you imagine, Mediocre, how bad the press would have been if it said AMC's cash is down to 300 million? It would have
been terrible.
We would have been railroaded in the press.
No, I agree. It was not good. He did what he had to do to get money, right? We needed that money to make it to next quarter.
That does not mean that I like it. I don't like it either. I'm sure Mediocre doesn't like it either, but it is what it is.
I don't, to be honest, I didn't want to put ape back in AMC. That's not what I wanted either. But you know what? To keep letting them get cheap shares is not the answer. That hurts us, the shareholder. I got a problem with that. I'd rather get hurt altogether as one stock and be able to fight back than have one get demolished. It's just not worth it to me. Now I let the cat out of the bag. Whoops. It's all good. I voted yes. I don't care.
Everybody's pretty much voted by now. So I think that's no harm, no foul, Mediocre. All right. What other questions y'all got? I hadn't even finished my first drink yet, and we haven't had a difficult question. Brian says Tony was having scarlet problems. I heard, Brian, to be honest, I heard the dog whining, which is not normal for him. So I was worried, I'm still worried like something's going to happen to her, even though she's fine and she's back to work and all that. But he was whining because she's falling asleep and she has them all cuddled up, and he doesn't like that. So everything was fine. All right, let's see. Crifty Nipto, do you both really think AMC is on a path to bankruptcy with a no vote? I don't think they're on a path to bankruptcy, Crifty. He has, if the no vote were to win or the lawsuit prevails and they're forced to sell ape, as long as they can still sell it, right? We got two scenarios. If he's still allowed to sell ape, he can create 4 billion more of them, but the price will immediately drop below $1 if the lawsuit, if the plaintiffs prevail, right? So
right. If that happens,
you're going to
taking
have
a hit.
You're going to have billions of shares of dilution at sub $1 and probably cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, because by then everybody will know that there's an issue converting it and it has no real value. Like the perceived value that it could one day be converted will be out the door. It'll drop to probably sub 10 cents.
And what's he going to get for that?
And then what?
How long is he going to be able to survive on that money?
Yeah, then we've got 2 quarters of cash and we're done. We're not going to make a profit this year unless a miracle happens. So that's what's going to happen. The other thing is, if the judge says, not only can you not sell more ape, not only can you not convert it, ape is illegal. Oh Lord, we're completely fucked then. He has zero ability to raise cash. And again, the shorts will fucking pile on this thing like I don't know. What's a good pile on metaphor, Mediocre? like the prom queen in the no, I'm not going to go there. Not going to go there.
We're on YouTube Live.
If the no vote wins or the plaintiffs prevail and ape is ruled illegal, we are fucked from the shorts.
Yeah, we are.
There's they're going to say this company has no ability to raise cash, 2 quarters, and they're done.
And the hit pieces will be insane.
Their only alternative at that point is to come back and beg for a new share approval for AMC, right? If ape gets railroaded, or come up with some other exotic preferred share, because they have the ability to create more preferred shares. They still have 40 million that are blank check. They can do whatever the fuck they want with them. They could come up with some exotic version and do a private offering to an institution at whatever price they want of some different type of preferred share, or even convertible notes like Bed Bath & Beyond has. Like the options are not really good.
Tony, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you say to the people who say, well, why didn't AMC offer us the shares at 66 cents?
I could only speculate. Adam Aaron already answered that. He said that he was not convinced that they would be able to generate the amount of cash that they did with the private offering. Whether everybody's got a different opinion on that answer. Did you hear him say that, by the way?
I did not hear him say that, but for the most part, we were trading at 70 cents? What's the difference between 66 and 70 cents, or wherever we were at the time? It wasn't much higher than that.
Yeah, you could have bought them in the market that day.
That's exactly what my point was.
For all the people bitching about that, you could have bought them in the market. He would have gladly sold them to you. He had an opportunity to lock in the same price as the market price and get some of the debt wiped out at a discount. Probably smarter play.
Yeah, he was guaranteed the cash directly right to him.
Anya,
he wasn't waiting for nickels and dimes to come in.
Anya, sorry, I haven't seen your questions. Anya says you don't want to talk about Tilray. I haven't looked at Tilray recently, Anya. I can pull up the chart. Have you looked at anything? What's going on with Tilray Mediocre?
I haven't looked at any real pot stocks like that. And the only reason why is because of what's going on with the Congress in the United States and how it's divided. I don't think that there's any chance of a federally legalized bill to get past.
All of these,
You know what I'm trying to say?
Sundial, Tilray, all of them. There's a half dozen of them. All of them could be a play someday in the future if there were some legalization in the U.S. Absolutely, they'll get momentum on that. Tilray.
I just don't see it for the next 2 years. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not that I think the stock stinks or anything like that. Like they're probably. I haven't looked at their stuff, so I can't really say if they're profitable or not. But
I'm
most
checking
of those
right now.
companies.
Checking right now. I guess they have earnings coming up because the last quarterly here is from November 30th. Net earnings. They're still losing 69 to 79 million. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great situation. They're burning a little cash.
Have a good night, buddy.
They're burning a little cash, but they still, oh no, they went from 490 million down to 190 million in one quarter. Oh, sorry, I didn't see short-term investments. Short-term investment. So yeah, they're burning a little cash, but it looks like they still have some. I need to spend more than 30 seconds looking at this. But I would say in general, pot stocks are speculative plays that some future administration is going to legalize marijuana federally, or that they get into a massive profit generating situation, which most of them are not in.
Yeah. I think they can get profitable, but they need to be able to move more product, I think, is part of their issue. And it's hard to move product when you know, the U.S. is a big, one of the biggest markets in the world for all kinds of products.
Crifty's got a bunch of good questions tonight. If AMC squeezes in the window between the vote and the lawsuit, is it likely that Ape will squeeze or not likely? I think for all of us, guys, the absolute best scenario, if anything is going to happen, would be that it happens before the conversion date. And
that's best case scenario.
That, in my mind, that is the best possible chance of win in my mind. Because I don't want to get over the hump and then we got to worry about Antera selling their shares and then AMC doing a dilution announcement. The absolute best scenario is something popping off before the conversion and reverse split. If AMC runs up because Ape is tied to it, I think that Ape will run, but probably not to the same extent as AMC because the short interest is not as high. That's just my guess. What do you think, Mediocre?
Yeah, I'm on the same page, right? It's hard to say exactly what Ape will do because it's a totally different beast, and they're already holding it back. So would they try to do that? I don't know, you know. But the way I look at it, if that scenario did happen, I mean, it would be insane of them to allow something like that to happen. Because it just, I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. Like, use your own imagination. And that's it.
Anthony G, I don't know if he's fussing at me and Mediocre or people in the chat that are mad that AMC's trying to raise money. I can't really tell the intent from your question. How did we burn through 1.1 billion in less than a year? Well, that's all on the income statement. Every dollar they spent. AMC's got a bunch of fixed costs plus the variable costs, and the movies coming in right now are not enough to cover all that. So we're burning on average 225 million a quarter between debt service and operating losses. So all of that is trackable on the quarterly income statements. You can see where all the money went, and that won't change
Tony,
until we get back up to about 11 billion domestic box office. What's up, buddy?
Tony, what do you mean we don't have enough movies?
50% right now are the number of releases per month are about half of what they were in 2018, 2019 from Hollywood. And I hear people say, Adam Aaron needs to do a better job of generating income. What the fuck can he do? Like he tries to do popcorn and credit cards. Y'all shit on that. Not good enough. He's closing theaters over 100. Not good enough. Fucking make your own movies, Adam Aaron. Get into porn. I don't care what you got to do. Like all these people say he's not doing a good job. What would you do, motherfuckers? What would you do? He's held hostage by the number of movies Hollywood puts out, and you can see the recovery and the progress happening as Hollywood increases the movies. But I don't know. I mean, well, close half the theaters. Okay. What good is that going to do? As soon as you close half the theaters, all those landlords will accelerate all the leases and you'll have billions of dollars in accelerated rent due. Do you understand that? They're closing theaters as the leases come up. You can see that. They report on it every quarter, the closures. So anyways, anywho, tell me if you don't like the job he's doing, what would you do to generate income? Tony, we got to have medical marijuana sold in the lobby. All right. Clear the regulatory hurdles for that and get back with me. Seriously, I mean, what more do you want him to do? He's opened up the they are working with people to work on some movies. I forget the exact lingo that they use, but you guys probably saw the press announcement a couple months ago. And he has also indicated, Adam Aaron's indicated, that they are potentially working on doing some real actual film development of their own, but it's not an overnight process, guys. Even fucking popcorn took a year to get out.
Sorry about that. The wife came home.
No worries. What'd
I miss?
Someone, who's this? HUL says, how about a informative, innovative, transformative business move? I think they are working on some. If you got some other ideas, there are space calls where they go over ideas every week, and Adam Aaron looks at those. So join one of those, get your ideas out there. Don't just take pot shots from the sidelines. Get involved. If you got ideas, share them.
Yep.
If you don't got ideas,
that's how we got the popcorn idea.
Yeah, that's how we got popcorn. That's how we got credit cards. That's how we got merchandise for all these movies. He's fucking listening.
3 days. 3 days you go buy popcorn in Walmart, right?
Yeah, and I'm not sure how much either of those is. Do I expect them to pay off the debt? No, I do not. But they're trying stuff.
And it should generate some income anyways, right? Like we have less movies than we had in 2019 and 2018 and all that, right? Because of COVID. So we got to get those movies back.
Anthony G says, what about
movie industry dead? I don't think so.
Sorry, I talked over you there.
Oh, I was just saying, I don't think that the movie industry is dead. Do you?
No, absolutely not.
You think they're going to stop producing movies? I don't think so.
I have upped my domestic box office number from 8.2 million to 9 billion this year. Maybe we'll get lucky and do better than that. We'll have to see how some of these upcoming movies do. And then I'm hoping in 2024 that we're back at 11 billion. Somewhere between the end of this year and next year, we have a shot at getting a profitable quarter across the board. Anthony says, any thoughts on Bed Bath & Beyond? I put my thoughts out on that about 2 weeks ago, Anthony. They have not changed. And my recommendation was, my thoughts are Bed Bath & Beyond is screwed at this point. Unless some announcement that I'm not anticipating comes out. Like I hear people on live streams talking about Ryan Cohen's going to merge GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond. Like I think you're dreaming, but I wish you a lot of luck. I said a couple weeks ago that it was going to go down based on the 700 to 900 million dilution of convertible preferred shares. And it's done exactly that.
I think it goes lower.
Oh, yeah. It'll probably go down to about 79 cents. Would not surprise me. Hey, Mediocre, do you know if they're going to be selling the pre-popped and the microwave popcorn in the AMC lobbies? Because I'm in an AMC far more often than I'm in a Walmart.
I don't know. That's a good question. They probably should, though. That's a good idea, actually. I didn't hear anything about that until right now, so I don't have an answer for you, but I like it. I like the way you think.
What's up, Dana? Mediocre says what? Mediocre Dana says, "Hey, handsome."
Hi, Dana.
Trevor says Tony's meals and shakes will definitely put us in the green soon. I spend a shit ton when I go to AMC on food and drink. Like when I went and saw Creed, that was my meal for the day, guys. By the way, if you're thinking, oh, he's just getting fat on junk food, I had a fantastic buffalo chicken sandwich with added bacon for $1. And then I got the chocolate shake, and my side item was fries. I think it was about $33 for my food. That was my food for the day. And
some of their food is pretty good there. It's not terrible.
That chicken sandwich is I've gone through all the burgers now, so I'm moving on. I'm trying to work my way through to test everything on the menu. The chicken sandwich, I think, might have been better than any burger I've had. And I don't even like buffalo sauce, but it was just a light layer of buffalo sauce and a nice crispy texture to the fried chicken. In the sandwich, it had some excellent sliced, thick ridge pickles, whatever you call that, those dill pickles. Not those little measly, floppy McDonald's pickles. No, these were legit pickles, and the bacon was a nice added touch. I'd recommend that. I almost would recommend to Adam Aaron on the shakes. You know how they got this long toothpick with cookies, and my chocolate shake had about a 3-inch by 3-inch brownie. I have not yet eaten those fucking cookies or brownies. I'm so full from the meal and the shake that I can't get to the extra. So I don't know, maybe I should just take it home. But I try and do, I don't eat sweets. So I end up just throwing them away. They should have an option to not get that and take $1 off of your shake. I think. Maybe I'll recommend that to Adam Aaron, because I'm just wasting food at that point. Creed 3 was fantastic. This weekend I was behind on my Rocky series movies. This weekend I watched Creed 1 and Creed 2. If you like the Rocky series or the Creed 1 and 2, you're going to love Creed 3. And it was such a transformative experience to watch it on that big screen with the fucking surround sound. The boom, boom, boom. And the soundtrack, his wife is a singer. The music just all around. So much better watching it in the theater than in my home with the surround sound.
What's up, Pantheon? How are you tonight?
Pantheon in the house. What's up, amigo? DM says that would be funnier than heck if day one was a sellout on AMC popcorn. It would not surprise me. Would not surprise me.
Yeah, that's what happened when I went to AMC. I had those pretzels. I'm like, what did I eat when I was there? I couldn't remember.
My wife loves the pretzel bites.
Yeah, those are good. And pizza. I think they have pizza.
John says Disney should partner with AMC and put their stores in AMC. Yeah, GameStop could do that too. There's a lot of potential. How about a Cinnabon? No, that would take away AMC's. That would take away AMC's popcorn. Never mind. Pantheon says, oh, good. Pantheon's got the answer. He said that the plan was to sell the microwave popcorn in the theaters. Excellent. 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 Excellent, Smithers.
That's good news.
Some of the theaters they bought have bars in them. All of my theaters, AMC here in my city, have bars. Every single one. One of them has a full restaurant, like the dine-in experience. The other two just have pizza and popcorn, hot dogs. But the dine-in theater, if you don't have one of those in your town, if you ever get one, it's a completely different experience. I think AMC has about 45 nationwide of the dine-in theaters, and they bring the food to your seat. So you order your food, go sit down, they bring it to you like 10 minutes later. FT says 3 of True Demon's picks have made me more money than anything. Yes, he has some good picks. Guys, a lot of pumpers have good picks. No problem with any of them. Get on those picks on the first day would be my advice. And then do not listen to any price targets. If you can follow those 2 simple rules, get in on the first day. Don't listen to their price targets. Sell on the momentum, ride it up, get out long before their price target. At least do me a favor, as a minimum, sell half your shares and get your initial investment back at the first opportunity. Then, if you want to let the rest ride, you don't get sideswiped with a after hours rug pull from a dilution announcement or all these things that happen every single time in these plays, right, Mediocre? The after hours dilution announcement. How many times have you seen that?
You froze and broke up. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was saying on the pump plays that you see on Twitter and the pump channels on YouTube. I have no problem with those plays. I monitor them to get in some of them myself. But you got to get in on the first day. You got to not be afraid to take profits. Definitely don't buy on the way down, because you're increasing your risk that you're just buying a fallen knife at that point. Get in early, take profits early, at a very minimum, cover your bag, and then let the rest ride, because then you're risk-free. Not trying to throw anyone under the bus, other than on these penny stocks, which were already super risky. They tend to pump them even when they're at the top. Kind of like a couple people did with AMC back in late May, early June. I don't know. I wasn't around back then. Don't blame me. Do we know what Walmart stores will have AMC? I think Mediocre or Pantheon wasn't it 2,600 of them are going to have the popcorn? I don't know. I'm sure somewhere we can find out.
I was trying to figure out if it was my internet or yours. It was breaking up badly. My bad.
No worries. Name a recent movie that I didn't like. I was not a huge fan of the Ant-Man. I mean, the movie was visually and graphically well done. Just this whole metaverse thing, it was a bit too much for me. Like keeping up with everything that was going on. I enjoyed the comedy in it and some of the characters, but like Academy Award winning, it was kind of a mess. That was not my style of movie.
Yeah, Ant-Man was kind of. I don't care for those kind of movies either, to be honest with you. But the movie itself, as far as graphics and stuff, was really good. Some of the comedy was all right. You know.
I was cracking up at that dude with the huge face every time he was on camera.
Yeah.
Cracking up.
What's his name? Darren?
I already forgot his name.
Yeah, Darren. His name was Darren. Yeah. He was funny. That was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, that movie was kind of strange. Not my cup of tea. Like I like Batman or Spider-Man or something. You know what I mean? That's more my superhero movie.
I've enjoyed those, especially the Spider-Man ones. Kevin, what's up, buddy? Let's see what he has to say. What you got for people are saying the filing only valid if the company goes bankrupt. I will show you what I got for that, amigo. Let me put the screen back up. I just covered this a minute ago. They're focusing on this right here, and I would say, you need to focus on the brackets. This is the one and only time, guys, you're going to hear Tony Denaro talk about brackets. Much like math, forms have brackets for a reason. Start bracket, end bracket, right here. The bracket ends. This is the bracketed section. This is the section that is applicable only to issuers involved in bankruptcy. This right here, talking about the outstanding shares, is not within the bracketed section. That's what I have to say about that. Hopefully that is an acceptable answer.
Tell him, Tony, accept you. Right?
I don't go over. I do not go over easy, mediocre. There's a reason I am the number 2 most hated channel on YouTube.
Number 2.
Well, besides Fanny Pack. He fucking turned on the community. Look, guys. I am not going to turn on the community. I'm going to tell you facts as I see them, but I'm not going to turn around and shit talk stuff. The only one I have to blame if I got something wrong in a play is me. Kevin says, I hope I was reading it correctly. The other thing I got for you, Kevin, is on Dilution Tracker, which is a paid service that I pay for. They already have the float updated here. 329 million, market cap 125 million. Right here, market cap 125. If you go look at the market cap on Troika right now, what's it say? TRKA. 37 million. So it is my strong contention, and I could be wrong, guys. I said if I'm wrong by the end of the week and the brokers haven't updated this, I'll come on here for an hour just so you can throw shit at me. But I think by the end of this week, you'll see the float and the market cap increased on all the brokers. Now that the brokers wait for the official document from the company, there's often a delay. I see this all the fucking time. There's a chance I could be wrong, but I think that by Friday you'll see everything updated, and there's no one will come back and say, Tony, I'm sorry for shooting the arrows in your back. But if I'm wrong, I will come back so you can throw shit at me. Fling all the poop that you want. It's all right. I can take it.
Throw the cow patties at you.
Buzzin says, how far do you guys travel to your local AMC? Wow, 140 miles. I got 3. I got 2 within a 10-minute drive. Buzzing.
Lucky
And
you.
I got the third one is a 25-minute drive on the other side of town.
I got to drive over an hour, but I don't care.
God damn.
It is what it is, man.
Kevin says, saw their tweet retweeted from someone else. It was a setup against retail like most plays. I'm going to tell you, Kevin, I said that in my Discord on February 22nd, that this was a setup against retail. And I was very quiet because I don't like ruining people's plays, but I communicated to my people internally for weeks to play this one cautious and do not trust this fucking company. No one likes someone that shares DD if it conflicts with their own personal beliefs. So I tend just to share stuff with people that support the channel. I did put out a tweet a couple days ago, and I retracted it because too many people were banging on me. You're fucking troll. You're paid shill. You're suspect. You just don't want us to make money. Quite the contrary, my friends. I want you to make money and then not lose it. Why is that so fucking hard to understand? Why do I always got to be the bad guy for giving you facts?
Good night, Dana.
Jesus Christ.
Tony.
Yes,
Tony,
sir.
You're a paid actor, dude.
Never been paid to act in my life, Mediocre, unless you count background work. That fuzzed out guy walking down the street in the background.
That's you?
Kevin says they get very upset when you exercise an ounce of caution with a 9-cent play that runs a 99 cents. I know, Kevin. I know you've dealt with your level of bullshit on that too. That's
why I try not to discuss them, Tony. I
try not to discuss penny stocks either, but I get bombarded with questions in the live streams and in my Discord, and if I get enough, but everyone's talking about this, can you at least tell us your thoughts? I will tell my Discord my thoughts. I stop sharing them publicly for the most part. My guys knew what to expect. They knew to take profits. Sufyan, what's up? Sufyan says you'll be viewed as a FUD buster. Wait, sorry, wrong tweet. I just want to be viewed, Sufyan, as someone that is known at least 90% of the time for having his facts and his shit together. Do I get everything right? No. Do you want to question my motives? You can question everything you want if it doesn't agree with you, but come back in a week and let's see who was really correct. That's all I ask. Unfortunately, if you come in the channel or Twitter and talk shit, if you're going to be insulting, you're never going to have a voice. If you can share some reasonable debate without being an asshole, I'll entertain it. I'll even have a conversation with you. But I hate losing people along the way. But the real ones who want real research. I mean, I sit here for the most part unpaid 10, 12, 15 hours a day. Ask my wife, the one who's bitching at me for working all the time, doing shit for you guys to help you, not because I'm getting paid to do it. The more people complain about it, the less I'm going to share it. I'll just share it with the people in my Discord. What the fuck do I care? If the public doesn't want to hear it, go lose your money. See if I care.
Oh, that's the thing. You know what I mean? It happens every day. I don't know. I don't know why everybody likes the penny stocks. New traders, they just love penny stocks because they're so cheap, and I feel bad for them, but they will learn one day, hopefully. Not that all penny stocks are bad. Like if you
No,
can make
there's
money on momentum plays, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, right? Like
I wake up and look at all of them every fucking day. Like nobody has a play. Teddy Zane does not have a play. Nobody has a fucking play. We can all see the top movers of the day. Kevin doesn't have a play. I don't have a play. True Demon doesn't have a play. We can
pull it up in
all
30 seconds right now. We can look
Yeah,
and see
we
what
can
was the highest
all
movers of the day.
guys, all of us that are traders can see the fucking plays. I just don't talk about them because they're penny stocks. The risk is amplified. And I don't want to subject my people to that. My viewers. I don't want to be responsible for pumping something and then people get dumped 70% in one fucking day. That's irresponsible.
There's way better plays, you know. Yeah, it cost you a little bit more money. Why? Because of the companies that are a little bit more money are fundamentally sound. That's why. That's why there's a difference between stocks that trade less than $1 and above $5. You know, there's just that range of stock. I rather play with the stuff I know ain't going nowhere. If I do get stuck, I got a chance to get out later.
Yep. In general here, what we like, guys, is what I generally recommend to everybody that is a supporter of this channel. If you're in the Discord or you followed any reasonable amount of time, this is not new information to you. Have a broad, balanced portfolio of mostly companies that have a history of positive earnings and an increasing stock price, hopefully for years or decades. And then if you want to have a subset of that be riskier plays or overvalued plays like Tesla, you could dabble a little bit in that. I dabble a little bit in Tesla, even though it's overvalued. And then if you want to have a percentage of your portfolio in meme trades or short squeezes or penny stocks, knock yourself out. I do that too for fun, for the potential little portfolio bumps that I can get from it when I get it right. But you will never hear me talk about YOLOing everything into one fucking stock or two stocks. And I want to tell you guys that it's okay to have a diversified portfolio. And that if you cultivate this habit of YOLOing everything on one or two plays that are super risky, you will not be here with me in a couple of years. You'll be busted. More than likely.
Mm-hmm. Happens every day almost. People blow up their accounts all the time. I try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Crifty says,
I don't want to keep making deposits. Do you, Tony?
What you want? What?
Do you want to keep making deposits
into my account? No, I love not making deposits into my account. I love taking withdrawals. Crifty says, I wonder if Roger from Genius is intentionally jerking with AMC shareholders. Absolutely, Crifty. I trust zero of these naked short CEOs. Every single one of them is playing the retail investor. I know that's not a popular statement. I don't care. Genius, GTII, Finger, Hellbiz, CRTD. I've already shared the DD with my Discord months ago. Every single one of them is losing money. They're underwater with convertible notes, with warrants, massive dilution coming from these CEOs, and they are grifting retail to fix their balance sheet. And they're not telling you about it. Of course, he's setting retail up. All of them are, without a doubt. All these press releases, we're going to merge. We're going to hire West Christian. We're going to hire Share Intel. I will be shocked if any of that yields anything other than a press release that drives the price up so they can convert some more. So the institutional debt holder can get out of some more shares and sell them to you. The company benefits, right? They're getting their balance sheet fixed, but all of y'all bitching about Adam Aaron trying to do dilution. All these fucking CEOs are doing the exact same thing. You don't know about it because you're not looking. I've already looked. I've already done the work. All of them have massive convertibles that they are selling to you right now. And your surprise is coming. Just wait.
You could say, I
It's
told you
all-
so when it happens.
It's a long fucking con and people are falling for it. I say every fucking day I'm on live, do not trust any CEO, nobody on a pedestal, not Ryan Cohen, not Adam Aaron, and certainly not these fucking penny stock CEOs. Absolutely not. No CEO on a pedestal. You are being played.
I just want to say hello to Beverly. I seen her out in the chat. It's good to see you, hon.
Griffney says also funny that Roger mentions reverse split as a method to fight shorts, yet people are pissed at Adam Aaron for doing the same thing, right? I am not on this channel pushing reverse split as a way to reveal shorts. Make no mistake. Clip this, repost it. I don't fucking care. A reverse split does not unearth shorts. That is not a short squeeze catalyst. It's a fucking math equation that equals the same thing. The best thing you get out of that is you reduce the float. But the shorts, no one's obligation changed. Not yours, not the shorts. The next day, everybody's in the same fucking position.
That's why I hate going over this. It drives me nuts. But in order to stay on a New York Stock Exchange, you have to trade over $1. That's part of the rules to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. We all are aware of that. So if you're trading under $1, you have a certain amount of time to get above $1 or you're going to be delisted. And how do you prevent delisting, Tony?
Reverse split. Yeah, I mean that's not the scenario AMC is in, right? They're doing the reverse split to get a dilution at a higher price.
Right. All I'm saying is it's reverse split. Why? Because the stock was trading under $1. So in order to get it above $1, they do a reverse split. That's the only reason. It's just a math equation. That's it.
Mediocre, why do you think Hollywood's been quiet and not supporting AMC? Do you think it's because paid actors would be called shills?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
You got a fucking person who likes acting. Like, guys, 15 years ago, I took a class. I'm a D-rated actor who's never been paid in his life, but you have someone who's done acting, actively promoting the company because I like them, the film industry, and I get shit on every day. Why would anybody in Hollywood want to support the movie industry or AMC? You guys make fun of me every fucking day on Twitter. I'm just teasing. I mean, I can take it, but isn't it ironic that the same people that ask that question try and call me some fudster because I took an acting class 15 years ago? God forbid, Mediocre, that I take a guitar lesson and then buy some Guitar Center stock.
Oh, man. That's good.
Tony's a failed guitar player. He took a guitar lesson. He's a failed rock star, and he dares to cover Guitar Center. He's just a paid shill. Failed rock star. Good Lord. There's some fucking ignoramuses out there. Bunch of psychotic people out there, guys.
Oh, man, I'm dead. Tony, at some point, I think actors are going to have to speak up, right? Because, or whatever you want to call them, these even movie producers, right? Because they're going to, if it got bad enough, I think they would, but I don't think they need to at the moment. The reason I say this is because they make more money in the theaters. That's where they make their fucking money, right? They're not making that money on streaming. They're not.
I've seen a few trailers, at least one, where the it was the director, the actor, maybe. I think it was Tom Cruise prior to the Maverick film, where he said to the audience in the right before the movie ran, he said, "Thank you." So, you know, we, on the one hand, we got fucking dumb shits that are in Hollywood that are complaining about premium price seating. Guys, don't get me started on these fucking Hollywood people. They care about what pads their wallet. Don't even get me fucking started on anybody in California, unless you're in my channel, in which case I love you. DevStat says, can anyone give me a summary on Tony's take on Adam Aaron's tweet about FTDs? I think, okay, I'm going to recap what I said for those who are just joining in. Happy he did it, DevStat. It will shut up 0.1% of the people who've been complaining about it. I can guarantee you, I have not looked on Twitter, but I can guarantee you there's people bitching right now. Too late. Not enough. Why didn't you say something 3 weeks ago when it was day one on the FTD list? Oh, man. He just can't fucking please people, guys. But at least he did something. Will it result in something? I have no fucking clue. They have so many ways to reboot and punt FTDs down the road. Threshold list. I've seen companies be on it for months and no squeeze happen. For me, threshold list is just an indicator, like a moving average. It's an indicator of a problem. It's not a guarantee of anything. So I'm glad he did it to shut the people up, but I'm quite certain that these people that hate Adam Aaron will not shut up one bit. Nothing is ever good enough for these people.
Well, I mean, the market's corrupt in my opinion, so I don't expect much. I never do anymore. I haven't in a long time. But not saying that it can't happen or whatever. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I'm just saying I don't get overly excited about any news.
Andrew said most on Twitter retweeted. Yeah, most people, Andrew, are reasonable. It's the Adam Aaron hating gang. If you're not following them, or God forbid they show up in your Twitter feed, I am quite sure if I checked on some of them, they are not happy by this. They'll find some way to turn this against them too. I would not be surprised. Too little, too late, Adam Aaron. Why aren't you talking about Hycroft, Adam Aaron? Why aren't you talking about a company that you're not running? By the way, did you see Diane Garrett's Hycroft video today, Mediocre?
I did not, but I was just going to ask you what you thought about Hycroft, because I was asked about that today.
Let me catch y'all up. I mean, I have 4 videos out on Hycroft, guys, for me since day one that Hycroft was bought by AMC. I told you, hold your horses, don't rush to buy it. I've watched these fucking clowns saying that I'm pushing Hycroft. No, amigo, far from it. I'm not pushing Hycroft. I said from day one, hold your fucking horses. Don't FOMO in. Be patient. If you really want to buy it, you'll have a chance to buy it cheaper. That is what I said from day fucking one. Why? Because I read all of the exploration reports, the income statements, the financial statements, everything I could. I spent a day or two reading it. And I knew that we had time to be patient. That doesn't mean I'm bearish on Hycroft. It's just like, hold your fucking horses. You don't need to overpay for it. Hycroft is a multi-year play. I'm not going to shit on Adam Aaron right now. And there are plenty of people doing it. He's down, 60% on the play? Did he overpay? Maybe so, but he's got 100% bonus in the form of warrants, right? He paid $28 million for the shares. He got a bonus in warrants. So his focus, as he told us in Detroit or Seattle over the past weekend, I'll put that video out for you in the morning. He said, and I've already played him talking about it in the quarterly earnings a quarter or two ago. He's got a long-term outlook on it, 2, 4, or 5 years. I will give him that time. I'm not going to shit on him right now. Why? Because I understand that Hycroft is not mining. They're exploring. They're prepping the plan for the new drilling. They've got to build a milling operation. It's multi-years away, most likely, from being any sort of play, Hycroft. So you got time. Don't worry. Don't overpay. Be patient. I consider it speculative because they're not mining. They have no income. That's not FUD. That's not shill. That is reality. Read the fucking, watch my videos. I show you in their own words why you can be patient. I'm long on Hycroft. I own shares. I have 25 calls. Very tiny position. And my next buy-in's at 25 cents, and I think we'll get it.
I don't hate Hycroft at all. I mean,
you got to be patient with Hycroft.
Yeah, I'm waiting to buy back in. To be honest, I don't have a position at the moment, but I will.
So what Diane Garrett said, man, I really went on a pre-log there to talk about Diane Garrett. She said today that yes, the price has been dropping because Mudrick's been selling. She acknowledged the elephant in the room. I respect her for that. Mudrick has been flooding the market, guys, with shares. Not only has gold and silver prices been falling, but Mudrick has been dumping. All the filings are there. I showed you the filings in my last video. That is driving the price down. And they have a delisting notice from, I think, October or November. Diane Garrett said today that she confirmed today that they filed the extension paperwork for another 180 days, which will take us out another 180 days if it's approved, which I expect it will be. At that point, 180 days-ish from now, I think you can expect, if the stock's not over $1, they will be doing a reverse split. So that's also a risk you need to evaluate. Why? Because when we look at companies that aren't making money and doing a reverse split, that often does not end up very well after the reverse split. Are you on my level?
Yeah.
Non-revenue companies that reverse split, you can expect it's going to go down. That's 95% of them do. So just take it easy with Hycroft. Like, no emotions. You can love it. It's important to AMC, but recognize what plan they are working on. Read their fucking documents. If you don't want to read, watch my video. I tell you in 5 minutes and show you the 3 sentences that you need to know.
I mean, there's gold there. They found it, right?
There's a lot of gold and silver. There's a lot. It's a ways away to getting it out of the ground and processing it, right?
Yep. They need some equipment too, don't they?
They need a whole milling operation, which I haven't revealed how much that's going to cost yet. Mediocre. Do you want to take a guess? Maybe you heard me allude to it.
I didn't, but I'll just say, look, $500 million.
You're warm, but not high enough.
780,000.
You're in the ballpark now. 780 million is
80 million, ballpark. Yeah.
So guys, I estimate that Hycroft's going to need to do a cash raise, either through equity or debt, of between $750 million to $1 billion. And if you wonder why I'm saying you got time to be patient, you know what's going to happen when they do that dilution, right? You're with me?
Yeah. We're going to be, I don't know. The price is going to drop. You know, they need to raise money, so they're going to create more shares. People are going to have to buy them. They're going to have to do a share offering.
That's not hating on Hycroft. Look, if they go forward with a dilution or a debt raise to build a milling operation, that means they're getting ready to enter the exciting phase in a year from that, which is actually pulling metal out of the ground and making money. But in the meantime, you got to recognize that's a high probability of what's coming.
Just look at the market we're in the inflation, and in the world. It's like a worldwide problem anyways with inflation, but you know, that's very valuable right now. So I think they're going to do what they have to do.
Anya, Hycroft below 25 cents. My crystal ball is not good for 180 days out, Anya, but whatever the price is when they reverse split, I would expect it would go down depending on what they release in terms of, look, if they release some press release that says, here's our total resource, and it is going to fucking blow your mind. The amount of gold and silver that we have. If people can get behind that, it might not drop after a reverse split and an equity raise because people know it's coming. My crystal ball is just not that good on you, but I'm more on the pessimistic side, and I'm accumulating when I feel comfortable and only in the amount that I'm willing to watch get cut in half. I personally am not putting anything in Hycroft that I'm not willing to see drop by 50 to 70% in the next 180 days. From today's level. Hycroft has plenty of cash, Anthony. Yes. They got plenty of cash to finish exploration. They do not have enough cash to build a milling plant. And so if we game all that out, finishing up the Hycroft discussion, if we game all that out, if everything works perfectly, if they reverse split, if they do a cash raise, if they have a good resource that they identify from all the drilling and exploration, and if they build the milling plant, and if gold and silver prices are still high. Notice that's a lot of ifs. That's why I say speculative. If all of that works out, AMC is going to make fucking bank on their investment. But you cannot judge them in the next 3 years. If AMC sells or Hycroft goes bankrupt, I will throw Adam Aaron under the bus in a heartbeat. But in the meantime, I understand the strategy, the timeline, the game plan. It's too early to throw anybody under the bus. You won't see me doing that. I'll just tell you the facts as I know them. Average Ape, what's up? TRKA, trash. He doesn't like it. Yeah, I've been very suspicious of TRKA. We'll see tomorrow. We'll get the final answer. It was not a stock that I pushed on this channel, and I certainly would not have pushed it on the way down today. That's not how we do it on this channel. Get in early, ride the momentum up, get the fuck out. 3 rules. You buy some shit on the way down, you're on your own. That is never going to come from me. I learned my mistakes on AMC, buying it on the way down. But 2021 was a different animal. 2021, when I was buying AMC on the way down, that was pre-recession, high retail support, very cohesive retail movement behind AMC. Didn't work out. Didn't work out at that time. And then fucking Powell and Yellen and the recession tanked us. And then the community started splitting. So it is what it is, guys. Now I just hope for some nice volatility, price action before this conversion and reverse split. And if not, then I still like the movie industry, and I still will support their efforts as a recovery play. It might not be the play that I signed up for. You got to make your own decisions in that regard. Might not be the play I signed up for, but I'm okay in my position. You make your own choices. Don't take any advice from me. Frank says, with the court date set for April, do you see us getting the vote results before that? I saw some emails from John Merriweather's. Look, I saw the John Merriweather email said we'll get the results on March 14th. I also saw the court filing from Chancellor Zern, the judge in in Delaware that said the results of AMC will be published, but the results of APE will only be tallied. The word published was not in there. So I have my doubts if what John Merriweather is saying is 100% accurate. I would love for what John Merriweather is saying to be accurate, that we get the results for both. But I can tell you, based on reading the court document, I don't believe that to be the case. Was it an omission in the court document? Did they accidentally leave out tally and publish AMC, but only tally APE? Was that an accidental omission, or is John Merriweather misinformed? Guys, we'll find out in 7 days. In 7 days, we'll find out. In the meantime, between now and whenever the conversion date is, in my mind, this is the absolute best time for anything spicy to happen. After that, I'm going to say it's in God's hands. That's the nicest way I can say it. Brocape says, are we going to jail if the court case is won? I'm not sure. Who is we? If the plaintiff prevails, is that what you mean? Nobody's going to jail. No CEO or board member is going to jail. If the plaintiffs prevail, the plaintiffs will be awarded monetary damage. It's a civil case. No laws were broken, guys. Again, if this is your first time here or you missed any of the other live streams, every single fucking thing that is in AMC's documents from the moment APE was created to going all the way back to 2013, I can promise you, I can tell you on my kid's life that every single thing that is in these documents is in other companies' documents. This is not some made up bullshit. No. This is literally copy and paste from the lawyer's handbook of how to do a depository receipt. I've found the exact same wording in other companies' filings. There was no illegality here. Absolutely fucking zero. This is a delaying tactic by the plaintiffs. The only thing that is questionable, the only area I found the AMC is treading a gray line is the proportional voting at ComputerShare. Other companies that have this exact same wording, other companies have said that the depository, like ComputerShare, if the votes weren't cast, that they would not be counted. AMC's pushing the boundaries here. They're saying if the votes aren't cast, we are directing the depository to cast them proportionally. That is breaking new ground in my legal case review and my reviewing of other companies. Is it illegal? No. NYSE Rule 452 says that in a special election, a broker cannot cast votes for uncast votes. Does not speak to what a depository like ComputerShare can do. This is a gray area. AMC's pushing the limits. It's a great chance for Chancellor Zern to maybe make some new precedent. We'll find out. I don't care. It's fascinating to me. All the whole legal process is fascinating. I have no dog in the hunt. My only interest is sharing the facts as they come out.
Let the judge make the decision that's going to make.
I know you've been sworn. I've read your complaints. Remember Judge Wapner?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out, guys. We'll find out. But in my deep days and days and days and days and days of looking into this, absolutely zero of what AMC did was illegal. The plaintiff can allege whatever the fuck they want. Now, where could I be wrong? Because there's always a chance I could be wrong, right? Ask my wife how many times I've been wrong in the last 9 years. She could probably count it on one hand, but I am wrong from time to time. And I admit that, and I accept that. And I will tell you when I'm wrong. Where could I be wrong? If in the discovery process, this is the tricky part, right? The intrigue. If in the discovery process of looking at emails and boardroom testimony, anything is uncovered or somebody did something sketchy, wow, well, then we got a whole nother situation. But I can tell you, I don't know about that because I'm not privy to that stuff. I can tell you from the filings, which were, and I'm sure the board meetings have an attorney present too. All the filings, guys, are word for word exactly the same as other companies filed in Delaware. There's zero illegality there, in my non-professional, non-attorney opinion.
I think it's in Delaware for a reason, Tony.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I would say, even if it's settled, the settlement might be a payoff to the plaintiffs in order to let the vote go through. I think no matter what happens, I think the vote will go through.
I think it goes through too. I just, I don't know. I just wish that they handled it on the 10th like they were supposed to.
Would have
Hear
been
the
nice.
case.
But look, attorneys are very good at delaying shit. And somebody has a reason, guys, to delay this shit.
I agree.
Nobody's digging into that, are they? They're digging into Adam Aaron. Nobody's fucking digging into what incentive does Allegheny have to delay this? Where's the investigation into that? All these fact seekers, all these people making 20 videos a day. Where is your investigation into why Allegheny might have an incentive to delay this? Who are they tied to? I don't fucking care because I think it's all bullshit and it's going to get thrown out. That's why I don't do it. But all these people, Adam Aaron's son lives on the same street as Kenny Griffin's fourth cousin twice removed. That's evidence.
Tony, you want to read David Waite's comment?
David Gree, yeah. From what I read, APE cannot vote to dilute AMC, and it looks like the judge will not allow APE to vote. Well, I mean, that's the allegation, David. That's the judge has not made a ruling. There's not even a hearing till April 27th. You cannot confuse, guys, an allegation from a plaintiff. David, I could sue you for I'm going to allege that your hair is not really brown. Does that make that a fact? An allegation, guys, a lawsuit is not proof of anything. The arguments have to be made in front of the judge. The judge will review the case law, any previous precedents, and then a decision is made. Do not confuse allegations with fact. That's what the fucking trolls and shills will program into your mind. But if you know anything about the legal process, anyone can sue anyone for anything. Does not make it fact. I'm giving you my opinion on what the ruling will be. I could be wrong, not an attorney. What I can tell you, again, is
Tony,
that
you're not a judge?
I've found the exact same wording in many other companies' documents.
Tony, what do you mean you're not a judge?
This is what we call boiler. You can Google it, guys. There's like a website of boilerplate lawyer information, how to write a depository receipt agreement. It's word for fucking word, exactly the same in the boilerplate website of what AMC has, and in other companies too. How is that illegal? When there's websites selling you this boilerplate information. Come on.
Read Gorilla Gardener's comment. It's actually a good one.
Gorilla Gardener. Where's he?
Want me to read it? I'll read it to you.
I got it.
All right.
What is the consequences for Allegheny if the judge tosses? Nothing. Probably pay court costs.
Zero, zilch, nothing. Doesn't matter if you're willing to put the money up, bring somebody to civil court, then nothing happens.
Ooh, I got no ice left in my cup, mediocre, and that bourbon hit hard.
I killed my vodka and cranberry already.
Mediocre, they say you look like Ted Cruz. He does kind of favor Ted Cruz.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Hey, can we take a sidebar real quick? Mediocre, did you see? I don't often talk about politics, and I don't even want to use. I don't want to use the P word on my channel.
Yeah.
Did you see Tucker Carlson's coverage of what happened in the Capitol building?
Not yet. I'm waiting for this. Did it come out already?
Yesterday.
Okay, I will see it, but I will say I've seen enough to already know. To be honest,
this fucking shaman was given a fucking tour of the Capitol building with the security, the Capitol Police opening the doors so he could look inside rooms.
Get the fuck out of here!
No, I'm not kidding. There's mountains of video of security.
And he's still in fucking prison?
He's in prison now for 4 to 5 years for
that's fucking ridiculous.
Trespassing or, whatever the fuck he did. I'm so...
That's absolutely disgusting, Tony.
I wanted to fucking make a video and tweet about this nonsense so bad. And then that other dude, I forget his name, the tall guy that was out riling the crowds up that said he went back to his hotel. Meanwhile, they got video evidence of him riling the crowds up.
Yeah, Ray Epps.
Ray Epps, yes. Like, you guys were fucking hoodwinked, just like these CEOs of Genius, Finger, Hellbiz. Everybody's fucking hoodwinking the public.
I heard he agreed to testify in Congress.
Now, I don't agree with the fact of breaking into the Capitol, which is what stopped me from making any tweets or videos on it. Look, that was probably not right. But does he deserve 5 years in prison? Come on. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you were the one who wants destroying our property, I'm gonna say this because I don't care. If you were there and you were destroying our property, meaning you broke a window, you did something stupid shit like that, you deserve the full extent of the law. Period. Right?
Give them 30 days in the brig. 30
right.
days in the brig. 5 years? Come on.
Well, did he break any property? We don't know that he did.
I didn't see. They were fucking open. The Capitol Police were opening the doors for him. Mediocre.
That's different. That's what
I'm
saying.
He didn't break anything. And then he got in front of he got in the chamber and he said a prayer thanking the police for their being polite or their assistance or whatever.
Tony, CNN was there filming.
Meanwhile, Antifa is fucking throwing Molotov cocktails at the Atlanta police, and there's no problem with that. All right, I'm going down a dangerous tangent here.
Yes, we are. We need to talk about this shit in Discord.
I'm fired up, mediocre.
This is Discord conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they did not force their way in. I mean, in many of the entrances, the doors were open for them. The barricades were moved by the Capitol Police to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's video evidence of that. That is incontrovertible.
I seen the video evidence, body cam footage of a cop saying that they were set up.
I don't know. That's enough on politics. You guys You know where I'm at least. Just had to get that off. Had to get that off my chest. If you ever want to talk, if you want to talk politics and know what I really think, come down to Texas, have a fucking barbecue and Budweiser with me. I'll fill your ear full, but I try not to do it on YouTube.
What's the best barbecue in Austin, Texas?
You know, I go most often, my friend, to Black's Barbecue, just because there's no line, and it's as good as the stuff that you got to wait 6 hours in line for. Anywhere in Lockhart, Texas, is good, and here in Austin, some of their relatives have opened up. The Lockhart families have opened up restaurants. Black's Barbecue, any day of the week. And I got many places. If you want to come here for a 5-day barbecue feast, I'll join you every single day. And I have met people, viewers of this channel, for barbecue and beers. So in a few cases, we've turned it into an all-day drinking event. And I got another invite to do that again this weekend. Maybe we'll live stream that. Mediocre, did you hear that story where I showed him how to get free shots from the bartender?
No.
All right. So I often talk about, for the single guys, or just even if you're married, this will still work for you, how to get a free shot. Now, this works particularly well if you're a gentleman and the bartender is female. However, it is not a prerequisite. And I demonstrated to the, what's his name? The venerable Mr. Punchy Nuts subscriber on my channel, how this gambit works. I've talked about it on the channel a couple times, but I demonstrated it in real life, how it works. And yes, we did get free shots. All right, Mediocre. It does not work every time, but it works a vast majority of the time. You go into a bar, ideally when it's slow, my friend. All right. So you can establish a little rapport up front with the bartender. You tell them that, hey, my favorite tequila is Patron. I've never yet found a tequila that I like better than Patron. Can I get a shot of Patron? And what is your favorite, by the way? Do you have one that you recommend better than Patron? Oh yeah, I got this Herradura Silver. Let me pour you a shot. Guys, I'm not kidding you. 80% of the time, that fucking gambit works for a free shot. And Punchy Nuts and I got 2 free shots that day. Tell them, ask them about what they love. And if they don't offer you free shots, ask them, then follow up. Well, can you give me a shot so I can try it out? Can you give me a sample? Use the right words. Can you give me a sample so I can try it out? They will oblige. At least in Texas, they do. Almost every time. Kevin, thank you for tuning in, buddy. And Punchy Nuts, if you're watching this later, we're going to try that trick again at another bar this weekend.
I like it. I like it.
Are you getting tired, Mediocre? What time is it?
I am tired. I get up early.
It's only 10 o'clock. Guys, I've been getting up at 4 or 5 a.m. every day this week. And let's see. Today I worked all the way through. Some days, if it's like a shit day. Yesterday I went and saw a movie, Creed. Some days, if it's like totally horrible, I'll take a 1-hour nap. Today I just pushed all the way through. Tomorrow I'll be up at 4 or 5 a.m. also, even with a couple shots of me.
What's your morning routine, Tony? Let's hear it.
I wake up. I don't set an alarm, Mediocre, unless I got a stock that I'm holding overnight, or there's one in particular that I'm expecting is going to be a pre-market runner. When I have those, I'll post them in the Discord. Wake up at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever time zone you're in, and watch this one because it's going to run in pre-market till the bell. Mm-hmm. But those aren't often. So I'll wake up as soon as I wake up, which my body clock is programmed for 4 to 5 a.m. I will get in the Discord if something's moving that is worthwhile. There's always something moving. I don't always comment about them because they're not worthwhile. I'll post economic news, just whatever is important for people to know at that moment. If I have a trade, I'll take the trade. If it is dead and pre-market or nothing's exciting, I'll try and go back to sleep till the bell.
Good
And
luck with that.
sometimes I can, sometimes I can, not always. Majority of the time I'm awake all the way through. And then I'm here watching stocks, researching, reading Twitter, answering Discord questions, reading YouTube comments, mostly doing research, to be honest. Hours and hours and hours. Someone said, how do you know what's going to happen on plays like Troika? Hours, guys, of reading filings. It's boring work, but someone's got to do it. I don't expect all of y'all to read filings. I'm pretty, I can do it relatively quickly because I've been doing it for so long. Tony Denaro's only been investing in 401ks for 30 years. You fucking dumbasses. Go jump in a puddle and break your neck. What did they tell you, Sufyan?
That's the thing is like I
Guys,
get up in the morning, I get ready. That's I grab a cup of coffee. I try to listen to a little bit of news, see what's going on. I look at the runners, the gappers, all that crap. What's going to move in the morning. I do some. I check all my positions, see where I'm at, see if there's any move that I can make to benefit that position. And I just constantly doing research. That's why I asked you that question, right? Because it's constantly just looking at research and figuring what you could do. What's the next play? Whatever, right? Like lately, I've been trading a lot of options on dividend stocks and making bank. That's my thing. So I look at a lot of dividend stocks and stuff.
I'm not looking at a lot of dividend stocks right now, to be honest. After the next huge short squeeze, I'll move some of my plays into dividend stocks.
Oh, I got a specific strategy I'm doing though.
I trust you.
Yeah, I'm not in it long at all.
I do have a video out there about a year ago now, probably maybe 6 months, about dividend stocks and tools to find them. If you guys are interested in that, there are some great dividend stocks to create your portfolio with.
I look for special dividend ones. Like I got $240 dividend on Ford. This past dividend one. But it's just doing different things to put money in your account is what I do. I look for all kinds of weird stuff like that.
Gus says as soon as Teddy started making videos telling you to sell AMC and buy TRKA. Teddy calls some good plays. Gus, I'm not going to shit on Teddy. But I'll tell you, Gus, when I saw that Richie. When I saw that Richie said today that he was thinking about TRKA, that's your moment you need to get out. You know what I mean? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Teddy's got generally good instincts, but that guy moves in and out of stuff quick, so you got to be on the ball. You got to fucking be on the ball. Get in on day 1, day 2 maybe. Secure your bag when it runs up, and then let the rest ride. You got to watch out what these pumper channels are telling you. I love Teddy to death, but I do not agree with his DD many, many times. Still love you, bro, but you need to call me, DM me. I'll share the info with you. But maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe he's more interested in the views. I don't know. We've never talked. I don't know. PD Harris, good afternoon, good evening to you. And what did they say in that movie? The Last of the Mohicans. What do they call Kentucky? Kentucky, something like that. By the way, that's one of my favorite movies ever. Last of the Mohicans.
What's up, PD Harris?
PD Harris in the house? Where is he? Eight. Anya says, at what percentage gain should you get out of a stock? There's no easy answer to that, Anya.
No.
There's zero chance I can tell you the answer to that.
But I will tell you, though, I'll give you this piece of information. If the volume starts to die off and you exit with profit, good job.
What I always tell people is when you see the stock starting to turn down and the volume dropping, that if you're not already out, if you didn't sell on the run up and you see it turn and the volume dropping, that is your signal to get out. And if you're buying on that falling knife, God help you. You know how many people I saw buying TRKA on the run down today? God bless. What are you guys thinking? I mean, I guess there's a chance you could get lucky tomorrow. There's always a chance. But statistically speaking, buying on the falling knife is not a great idea. Buying when you see a firm bottom. Mediocre, do you like firm bottoms on your...
I love them.
Like when she makes a firm bottom like this right here, and then you see a bounce, if you can bounce a nickel off that bottom, oh man, you want to marry that chick.
You know, it has a solid bottom.
What?
It looked pretty solid at the time. I mean, it could go back there, but AMC has one at 377.
Yeah, but we're not anywhere close to that.
No, I know, but we were not that long ago.
If you're buying here or here or here or here or here or here or here, no, fuck no. When you see a solid bottom, especially if it's a gap fill, that's your moment to at least give it a chance. But anybody who got in at 26 cents might come out okay tomorrow. I have no idea what this stock is going to do tomorrow. It might get back into 50 cents. This is a fucking... People still think that the float is 35 million. This is going to be insane because people are trading on incorrect information. I can't predict what retail will do with incorrect information, but in the end, they're going to get fucked.
That's what retail should be fighting for. Good information. We never get good information. All of our information is always late. That's part of one of our biggest problems in the stock market. Late information.
Gerald says, come to the Hill Country next week. Where are you at, Gerald? Tell me where you're at, buddy. I love the Hill Country. And it's been a long time since we've done a wine tour out in the Hill Country. You know, I started doing wine tours, Gerald, before there were 6 wineries in Texas. In the Hill Country, I started doing wine tours. I'm a big supporter of the wine industry. Such a great first date, Gerald. You know how many girls would get mad when they saw pictures of me? You had the same picture with the same girl at the same winery. Whoops. Anyways, neither here nor there because I'm married now, Gerald. Where are you at, buddy? David says, wonder if there's any litigation on the AMC took. No, have not seen any litigation on that. Have you? Mediocre?
Negative.
All I've seen is the FTX is a a bogus company willing to break the law, and I would wager, David, humbly speaking, that 100% of those tokens were not backed by anything.
FTX was one selling them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at their history of illegality. I feel comfortable in saying 0 of those shares were backed by anything. They fucking raked, with a K, retail. They raked retail with a K.
I mean, they I don't know. FTX is. I don't even think they're doing anything against FTX, are they? Not. I haven't heard anything since the whole scandal broke. Really.
Mediocre. If you had to do a alcohol tasting on Friday night this week, or if you were just going to participate or watch and laugh at me, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a wine tasting Friday night or a Germany versus Belgium night?
Ooh. Am I drinking this or watching you?
Any one of you can participate. This is going to be
Okay.
voluntary.
If it was me, I would probably do the wine tasting for me.
Really? All right.
Because I don't know if I could do that. I like beer, but I like a American style beer. I don't like that very.
All right. So, guys, I want to hear from you in the chat. If you want a wine tasting this weekend, which I'm happy to do, I'm Italian. I love wine, especially red wine. What is the fucking contest that you want to see? Because you're going to have to buy the wines, or I'm going to have to buy them if you just want to watch. Do we do 3 boxed wines against 1 premium French wine? Or do we do 1 Italian versus French versus Australian? What do you want to see? What do you want to participate in? Help me out, because I really don't know where to start here. I'm really curious. I am personally curious about the boxed wine, these individual little boxed wine versus the bottled.
Funny, man.
Huh?
You're killing me, buddy.
No, I'm very curious. Like, how would they hold up? If I do a side by side, how would they hold up? I'm curious. Let me know right now. This is your moment to help me decide. If we do wine this weekend, what do we do? I personally have a negative bias, maybe incorrect, against Argentina or Chile red wines. I've tried a few cheap ones, not a big fan.
You like those microbrew beers?
I do. I buy a lot of microbrew beers. Yes.
I like that.
No, I do not mean Franzia, by the way. I'm not talking about the 1 gallon. I'm talking about the ones that come in a container about this size. Fuck Franzia. Franzia is just like fake wine supplemented with sugar. Fuck that shit.
Supplemented with sugar.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The small ones, Mediocre?
Listen, I drink decent wine. I don't really. I never had box wine.
I don't drink it box wine either. I'm a fucking Italian.
I'll try it. So I'm not opposed to it.
I'll drink a $6 Chianti over a $20 box wine. But I'm just saying, for the audience, if you were helping to set up a contest and it was based on wine, what do you want to see?
A gallon of Carmine Rossi.
Montepulciano, Anya. Not many people know about the Montepulciano. Let me see what the comments say here. I got people talking about Universal Studios. I want to hear some wine comments. And I want to hear, do you want wine or do you want Belgium versus Germany beer contest? Do you want to see me do some Belgium beers versus some German Pilsners? I'm very. What's your favorite red wine? Mediocre.
My
Not brand,
favorite.
not brand, but like the grape or the style.
I kind of like what the hell's the name of it? Hold on, let me look. I got my bottle right here. Tell you what it's called.
Got a bottle on the ready.
Oh, Sauvignon Blanc. My bad.
Sauvignon. That's not a red wine, friend. Wait, how is there a red Sauvignon Blanc? Blanc means white. Show me that again.
Here.
What the fuck? Carlo Rossi? That's a Cabernet, friend.
Whatever.
You've been
That's what I
drinking.
drink.
You've been drinking too much. He's fired.
I don't give a fuck what flavor it is, as long as it's good. If it's no good, I get rid of that shit.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys, like, if I'm drinking red wine, I like to go back to the basics. So I'm going to be very partial to a pure Zinfandel or a Sangiovese.
That's not good wine, by the way.
Fuck you. Zinfandel or a pure Italiano Sangiovese. French wine, fuck you.
All right, this is what I was drinking tonight.
Well, now you're switching it up. You can't fucking change the script.
No, but that's what I was drinking tonight.
What does that have to do with our discussion of the wine? Well,
I don't know,
look, in
maybe-
your honor, we'll do a vodka tasting one night. All right, I promise you that.
Okay.
Who would you put up against Grey Goose? Stoli.
Mhm.
If I buy vodka, I'm buying Russian vodka. Who the fuck
Yeah.
knows how to do vodka better than Russia?
You have to. If it ain't Grey Goose around here, I don't know.
Stoli.
I mean, I make my own.
Well,
it's not as good as that. But you know, you could go buy a cheap bottle of vodka, like a gallon for $9.99. It's cheap.
Irish man wants a sangria night. Oh man, Irish man. I'll tell you what, I have very fond memories. That might be a Matt Kors joke. I'm not sure.
I'll show you a good one. Hang on.
That might be a Matt Kors joke. I don't know. However, I will tell you, in my trip to Spain, every fucking restaurant we went to, they had homemade sangria. Don't turn that shit down, guys.
Oh, it's gone.
Fuck that Carlo Rossi sangria, though.
They make a lot of stuff.
Have you been on a wine tour to Napa or Sonoma?
No.
What are you? You're missing out on life, bro.
That's California, buddy.
I know. Well, I mean, but you're drinking it. You're drinking. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Hey, you, me, Pantheon, Massalorian, KC. We're gonna set it up. Napa and Sonoma. Anybody that wants to come along, let's fucking make it
Wine
happen.
tasting.
We'll rent a limo bus.
Oh boy.
Let's fucking make it happen, man. Why not? Life is too short.
You said that, Tony.
I've been to
make it
Napa. I've been to Sonoma. It's a fucking, oh man. It's a must do in life.
I'll go.
I've driven through the whole Tuscan area in Italy. I have not done a wine tour in France. And Argentina can fuck off. But any y'all that want to arrange a wine tour in California, I think we should put that on the calendar to make that happen. Coming up in my life, August, I'll be in Gig Harbor, Washington to visit my friend from high school and Grandpa Barney. September, I will be in Nashville, if any of y'all are in that area. But after that, if we can do a wine tour later in the fall, I can tell you 100%, Scarlett and I will be down for that. Any of y'all that want to join in, Mediocre, Pantheon, Massalorian, fuck you fucking hater YouTube channels, you're not invited. Let's go have a good time. Let's go drink some wine.
Dude, David, I gotta tell you, there's some wine that'll kick the shit out of you. There's no joke. Some of these wines are not stronger than some hard shit.
Jana says, Tony, I have my moment. I have my moments, Jana. I have my moment. Good Lord. Jana. Yes, I have my moments. I need to speak slower when I am drinking, Jana. Enunciate your words, Denaro.
Especially homemade Italian wine. That shit is strong.
You can come to Mexico for the tequila mezcal. Valentin Gonzalez. Where do you live, amigo? I would love to do a tequila tour in Mexico. On my bucket list, that would definitely be one. Do you know that I have met the owner of Patron? Nice guy, by the way. But
Nice.
I would love to do a complete tour of the whole tequila industry in Mexico for sure. He lives in Austin, by the way. You know the owner of Patron?
I don't know who he is.
His name is Jean-Paul de Joria. Not many people know that. He started his career selling, if I'm not mistaken, hair products to hair salons door to door. The Jean-Paul, the John Mitchell. Remember, wasn't it called John Mitchell? Paul
John
Mitchell.
Mitchell here?
Paul Mitchell. Sorry.
Yeah. That's it.
I met this dude. I went to his house. He's got a fucking guard in front of his house, Mediocre.
I'm listening.
He got a fucking guard to even get onto his fucking property. He lives in Austin, Texas, you guys. The dude is fucking nice. He's badass. And I love meeting people like this in my life. I've learned so much from CEOs and people that have been successful in life. You know what Jean-Paul de Joria taught me? Never fucking give up. Never give up.
I was looking for my bottle of coffee Patron.
The Patron Cafe, that's some good shit.
Yeah, it's in a little bottle. It's like this big. It's like a square. I don't know where the hell that she put it. There's so much fucking booze here. It's not even funny.
Jana says wine definitely goes to my speech. You guys can tell, you know, when I'm getting a little bit buzzed, if like I start slurring my speech a little bit, that's when you know I'm getting a little bit buzzed, but I'm not going to fall down. I'm not going to puke. I'm in good shape. But if you want to know when I'm a little bit buzzed, if the speech gets a little bit slurred, I'm already texting. Look, it's already messed up in the first place. I already got like a very messed up Texas drawl, y'all. When I try and talk fast, like so y'all Northerners can understand, it gets messed up quick.
Northerners.
When I would go to Asia and China, Mediocre, they would tell me, Tony, how come we can understand you, Tony? Because I'm from the South and we talk slow. I would be in conference calls with them in Mediocre in Taiwan or Shanghai. We'd be all in a conference room. It'd be me and 10 Chinamen. I don't mean that in a slurred way, but just saying 10 engineers and managers from Asian descent. And my counterparts, people I worked with, my fucking coworkers in Texas would be on the conference call. I'd be over in Asia with the Chinamen in the room, and they'd be talking. La, 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 la. And you know what? Oh yeah, yes, 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 yes. Tony, they put it on mute. Tony, what they say? What did they say? They don't fucking understand. They don't understand shit when we talk fast. You guys got
No.
to, you got to slow the fuck down. But they will when they're on speakerphone, they will tell you yes to not lose face. They don't have a fucking clue what you're saying. Americans, all of y'all in the high-tech industry, when you're talking to your counterparts in China, your suppliers, your manufacturers. That's why I fucking lived over there.
They don't know what you're saying, huh?
They don't know what the fuck you're saying. They will just tell you yes to not be embarrassed, to not lose face. It's ridiculous, but I mean, it's just cultural. It's nothing against them, no hate. That's why they ended up loving me so much.
I could barely understand you, Tony.
No, I talk slow compared to the people that I used to work with.
You know my buddy Gus over on my Discord?
Yeah. Not the
Yeah.
Gus that's on my YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, two different Gus's. Yeah, he calls me a damn Yankee. So there you go, Tony. I'm a Yankee. Me and Massalorian, couple of Yanks.
What are you going to do? Hey, Crifty Nipto, thank you for the good questions tonight. I worked with a lot of Yankees. Mediocre. I worked with a lot of people from, look, the company I worked with was massive. It was a fast growing company, tech company. And we hired people from all over the country, California, New York, Florida. The best thing about working there is I was a fucking peon in intelligence with the people that I worked with. The people that I worked with made me excel and learn so much every single fucking day. I would never trade that experience for anything. To be surrounded by super sharp A-type personality people every single day of your life and learn shit for 15 years, that was my life. But they talk fast and people in China couldn't understand the mediocre.
No.
That's why I ended up almost practically living in Taiwan and China, because in Taiwan and China. Look at this shit. I'm losing it. It's time to end the stream. Taiwan and China. That's why I practically ended up living in Taiwan and China, because I got along so well with them. It was a fantastic job. Opportunity of a fucking lifetime. I almost bought a home in Shanghai that my company would have paid for.
I don't know, man. I have a hard enough time understanding English.
Just
I
get you
would not do well in Shanghai.
just get you a Chinese girlfriend. It'll be
Yeah.
easy.
I'd have to talk real slow so she can understand what I'm trying to say.
You talk relatively slow for, where are you from? Massachusetts?
Yeah, something like that.
You talk like a Texan, amigo.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you don't talk fast for a northerner.
I'm pretty chill, man. I don't, you know.
Let's
Somebody's
see.
recording.
Justin says Bigums is live. Can you guys join him and talk some sense into the few? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I don't really know Bigums.
I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I like Bigums, but I don't know what he's talking about tonight.
I know who he is, but I don't know him on a personal basis, so I can't really help you there.
I've never met him in person. I've talked to him from time to time in DMs. And no, I do not believe he is a paid shill. He's a guy that believes in his DD. That's what I believe. Shaiwan. Look, at this point, when you're calling it Shaiwan and Tina, this is the point where you do not fucking get out of your chair, Mediocre. If there's one lesson I learned when I'm sitting around that big round table with 20 engineers and managers and salesmen, and they're all wanting to gambe, sake. Do not fucking get out of your chair. And
I like sake.
The less you can say, the better, because you're going to say Shaiwan and Tina.
I love sake. I like what do they call that? Hibachi?
I mean, isn't that Korean barbecue? Oh, no,
it's Japanese.
The Japanese.
Yeah, they
hibachi and teppanyaki, right?
I don't know. You're asking me shit I got no idea about, Tony. I only know Chinese food and hibachi. That's about as far as I know, dude.
All right, my friend. I'm going to change your life. Look around your local area and find the nearest, most authentic Korean barbecue in your area. Just do yourself a favor and try it one time. Go by yourself if you have to. Take your wife, take your kids if you love them.
I will, if I love them. I will tell my wife to find that.
It's very different.
My son probably found it already.
It's like a little stove right in the middle of the table where you order your meat, whether I would order the beef. They cook the meat and then they bring you like 20 fucking side dishes, Mediocre, to eat with that shit. It's like nothing you've ever seen before in these little tiny dishes.
I don't know if we have any of that here.
You've got to have it. Every city has it. Where do you live? Well, I mean, like, what's the population of your nearest city center?
Hold on, I'll look it up. I'll tell you.
20,000, 100,000, 1 million?
No, it's over 100,000.
All right. Well, you've got a Korean barbecue in your area.
I'm going to Google that right now. Hold on. Let me Google this up. All right, so there's a couple places here. I don't know if they have that like you say, though. I want to see where they're actually located. Where's this place at?
Woo! I got half a bottle of bourbon left, and then we're going to break into the scotch, but not tonight.
Holy smokes. I can't do that and get up and do what I need to do in the morning.
You just, look, the secret is have a bottle of water on your nightstand. As soon as you wake up, slam it. Check Chinatown.
What is hot pot?
Hot pot is a spicy bowl of, I don't want to say soup, but typically a hot pot's going to fucking light your nose on fire.
Oh boy.
You're going to be dripping out of your nasal passages. When my counterparts from China and Taiwan, I said it correctly that time, would come to Austin and they would take me out to dinner. They would always want to go to the Taiwanese or Chinese restaurants, Mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And they would order shit that was not even on the menu. Oh, yes, we have that. Oh, yeah. Do you know if you're like an American, you don't even get the full experience of a Chinese restaurant because they got shit on the menu you don't even know about.
So I found one. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go look at this place. It's not where I expected it to be.
Is it close? Is it less than 140 miles?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Definitely. It's probably like 20 minutes away. So I'm going to go check it out and see whereabouts it is. Where it says it's located, I was not sure that was even a thing. Like where it was located. I would have expected to be closer to me where I'm at now. And it's not.
Anya says, what is your zip code? And they will recommend places for you. I guess she must be up in your area.
What's my zip code? OU812. No, I'm kidding.
You're near the Boston area, right?
I am near MGM Springfield.
Springfield, Missouri? When I think of
Massachusetts. I'm near Boston. I'm probably an hour and 20 minutes out of Boston.
Tell me again, what is the casino most nearest to you?
MGM.
All right. And what is the other one that I always talk about in Connecticut?
There's two. There's Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods.
Mohegan Sun. I passed up so many potential trips to Mohegan Sun. All right. The MGM versus Mohegan Sun. Which one would you recommend?
For us to go meet up and have a good time at?
To play craps and have a good time at?
Mohegan Sun.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got Gig Harbor in August. We got Nashville in September, and then I will see what I can do about Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
How far is that from you approximately?
45 minutes.
All right. Not bad.
No. Something like that. That's
Anya, where are you at in Maryland, Anya? You know, my wife's best friend lives just southeast of Baltimore. Gorilla Gardener says, to answer your question earlier about vodka, Kettle 1 with a splash of Perrier, splash of lime juice. I'm down with that. I was a long time drinker, guys, of vodka martinis.
I love vodka. That's like my only real drink I like to drink.
Yuka says, am I hitting on mediocre? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
You could put vodka in anything.
When I would land in Taiwan at the Taipei airport, they'd always have a car waiting for me. That would be the best part of the trip. The car ride. It was about a 45-minute drive from the Taipei airport to the Hyatt. And they always had my check-in ready. As soon as I walked in, there'd be someone waiting at the door. Oh, here's your key. You know, I didn't even have to go to the desk. Like the driver would be calling in my check-in before I got there. But as soon as I got my key, I'd go about 2 blocks away to the local liquor store and buy a bottle of vodka and bring it up to my room. So I had that. And then I would go to the restaurant in the hotel, the Grand Hyatt, and I'd buy a bottle of vodka there at the bar and have them put my name on it. because I would be there for like 2 to 3 weeks. And even if I left, I'd be back. If I left on Friday, I'd be back on Sunday. It was pretty shitty life. But it was always vodka with a twist or vodka with a splash, vodka martini. That was my thing back in the day, Mediocre.
Vodka's good. I like vodka. Puff Bear, what town you from?
We could do a vodka. We could do a vodka night one night in a couple weeks for the drinking Friday night. We could do like a Texas vodka versus Grey Goose versus Stoli versus whatever else y'all like. What do y'all like for vodka?
You guys are trying to get me wrecked, dude. Southington? Yeah,
What?
you're not too far from me.
Oh, that's a city. Okay. Southington. Yeah. How is bacon Chinese? I don't know that I've had much bacon in China. If I did, it was not very good. Yuka says, do I still have that one guy that finishes liquor bottles and fills them up? No. No.
You refill your liquor bottles? Is that what you do?
I had a couple incidents where some of my tequila, I had a stash of tequila because prior to COVID, I was going to invite a bunch of friends over for a blind tequila taste testing. So I had been accumulating my bar full of high-end tequilas. Then the COVID thing happened, and I was like, well, may as well drink tequila. We ain't gonna have the party now. I started drinking them, and some of them were filled up with water, Mediocre.
What?
And yes, one of my friends was emptying my bottle of tequila and filling it up with water and then denying it. No longer.
Just drink the shit. Say you drank it.
Right. That would have been fine. You could have drank the bottle. I won't care. We're friends. Just replace it. But then to fill it with water, that's like some high school shit. And then to deny it? What the fuck? This guy's like my age. And then to deny it. No. That person is no longer a friend, my friend.
My wife works in the liquor distribution. So I got a lot of booze here.
he did replace every bottle under threat of violence. That I can assure you. And for the time being, like anytime he was going to come over, every bottle was removed from the bar. I have a bar back there with like 4 glass shelves. Some of y'all have seen pictures. It's got 4 glass shelves and a sink and all that. But not when he came over. All the good shit was hidden.
I don't hide nothing because
I shouldn't have to. Like, what kind of friend do you have to hide liquor from? I'm happy to share. It's there for the experience. But you're gonna drink a whole bottle or steal a whole bottle and fill it up with water and then not admit to it? Fuck the fuck off.
Yeah. And I try everything. Some of the stuff I don't like it, or I won't drink it again. You know what I mean? So give it to whoever wants some. You know, if I don't like it, I ain't drinking it. Like I won't drink. What the hell is that shit called? Sambuca. I don't like black licorice at all. Amazing because I'm Italian. I just don't like it.
I thought you just denied being Italian on that Discord call earlier.
Yeah, that was a joke. I said it was Irish.
I don't mind. I don't mind Sambuca. It's not my favorite drink, but one of my stories about drinking on my very first trip to Italy, I was like, reading up on restaurants and drinking and wine and all that. And fuck, what is that? What is the clear alcohol called in Italy? Mediocre. I was gonna say ouzo, but that's Greek. It's the Greek version of ouzo. Grappa. Grappa. Have you heard of grappa?
I don't pay attention to anything.
All right. So I was on the plane ride over to Italy. We had a 3-week vacation planned to drive around to Italy. We had bed and breakfast in different hotels, and mostly in northern Italy, Tuscany area.
Yeah.
But the first night that I got in I forget where it was, Venice or Rome, I had been reading about ouzo. It's like it's puro Italiano. I ordered that fucking, not ouzo, sorry, grappa. I ordered that grappa. It's like fucking moonshine.
Is it?
Yes. I drank it. I was like,
Yes. Don't
what the fuck is this
wine.
shit? The fuck? No. Not for me. Give me a good bottle of red wine. This fucking grappa, no thank you.
I know some Italians, some older Italians, they still make wine. And you know, I do a lot of stuff for the people in my community. Is, you know, those type people anyway. So they always constantly give me bottles of wine. So like they'll give me, well, you know what I do for work, but they'll give me a bottle of wine, but they'll give me a glass before I leave the house. And they're like, "Oh, just be careful. Don't drink too much of this." Every fucking time that shit's potent as hell. Yeah, Italians know how to make some wine. That's for sure. Homemade wine is pretty strong and good. What happened, Tony? You still here? There you go.
Sorry, I'm back. They always give you bottles of wine and what?
Yeah, and then they give me like a glass before I leave. I'm like, but they're like, yeah, don't drink too much of it. Yeah, you just gave me a glass, though. You know, they want you to try it before you leave, you know?
Someone asked if I've ever tried absinthe. I have had absinthe in New Orleans, but I've heard that it is not the real absinthe. So I ordered a bottle from France, which supposedly is the real thing. Maybe y'all can tell me. This is the bottle. That's what I went off camera to go get. This was like $200 to get shipped, and they said they can't guarantee delivery to the US, but it made it to me. I haven't opened it yet. And let's see if my friend opened it. No, it's still sealed. This is supposed to be the real thing. Century Absinthe 100. I'm waiting for a special occasion to try it out.
Yeah.
I've had this bottle for a couple years. I do like, every time I'm in New Orleans, I order several absinthe drinks, but I understand that in the United States it's not legal to sell real absinthe. So I ordered it from France, where apparently you can still get the real thing. Was I tricked? Was I tricked? You guys let me know. Was I tricked?
I've seen them make absinthe on moonshiners. I don't know if that's legit or not, but I didn't really watch the show, but that was one of the shows I did see. Part of it, anyway.
Maybe we should do on the one of the Friday night drinking contests. We should do an absinthe night, and I'll let you know if I see the green fairy.
The green fairy.
Do you know about the green fairy?
I don't know much about absinthe at all.
Well, it's supposed to make you hallucinate.
Really? What is it made with?
It's made with absinthe. Fuck if I know. I'm not an expert in absinthe.
Me either. I seen a moonshiner show on it, but I never really paid too much attention to it.
Karen says you were probably tricked. Only one way to find out. Let's pop it tonight, Karen. No, we'll save that for a Friday night. I'll save it maybe for my birthday, Karen. This bottle says 2010 on it. March 2010. It's my birthday month, Karen. Oh man. I'll be fucking pissed if I don't see the Green Fairy, but my birthday is just weeks away, guys.
Gorilla Gardner's from down there in that Tennessee area, so he might know. He's got a comment for you right there.
From the Tennessee area, what does that have to do with absinthe?
I don't know. I thought that was where it came from, Tennessee.
No, it's a European shit.
Is it?
Yeah.
That shows you what I know, Tony. I don't know shit.
Pear absinthe with the opium pipe. Oh man, guys, I love my trips to New Orleans. Although the first time that I did a summer trip to New Orleans, like recently, a lot of time when I was single, right? This was before Scarlet days. If I had a single weekend, I'd just drive to New Orleans, no hotel, no plans. And I'd just hang out for the weekend. I'd find a hotel, just crash. And I'd spend the entire weekend. I was still working, but I'd be working from a bar. Just walking around New Orleans in the summer, you fucking about die from the humidity. So I would spend my entire day, middle of the day, in a bar with my laptop, working and drinking various absinthe type drinks. But it's not the real shit. Friday night stripping contest. I don't know, Yuka. I feel like that would not go over very well.
Oh man.
I'll talk to my wife, Yuka. Have I seen a lot of fairies? I do live in Austin, Foo Dog.
Oh, I should not be laughing at this shit.
I do live in Austin.
These fucking comments, though.
Try Tito's. I love Tito's. Yes, that is an Austin original. The Green Fairy is when you drip cold water into... Oh, you got a bottle of Tito's. All right. Excellent. Thank you for supporting local merchants.
This is the cheap vodka I drink.
Do you know what the gentleman's name is that started that company?
I do not.
You're not going to believe this, but his last name is Beverage.
What?
Was he not like born to be in the industry? Your last name is Beverage? I met him one time. Birthday is a good reason to find out. All right, Karen, I'm going to consider it. I've been hanging on to this bottle way too. I forget, Karen, how many years I've been holding this bottle. Before I met Scarlett, I bought this bottle. At least 9 years ago, I bought this fucking bottle. I think she asked me tonight, how old are you? I said, I don't know. I forget. And then we calculated.
Tony. It's no good no more.
We calculated how old I was. I was like, fuck. I don't got
Send
too
to
many.
me and I'll dispose of it properly.
I don't got too many years left, Kieran. May as well drink the absinthe while we're young. And by the way, Grandpa Barney, I think Grandpa said he's like 12 years older than his wife. Grandpa, buddy, I got you beat by a long shot. After we recalculated the age difference between Scarlett and myself, Grandpa, you're not even on the same fucking play field. I love you, brother. Not even in the same league. Steven still in the house. What's up? Tony's birthday is a sell signal. What? No, my birthday is a signal for a run up. After the run up on my birthday, which will be March 28th. No dates, March 28th, no dates, not financial advice, no dates, March 28th. If anything happens on March 28th, make your own decisions accordingly. Try a liqueur, tried chartreuse. Tastes like a juniper plant. Sounds like a gin that I like. My birthday may be the catalyst, Yuka. Yes, sir. I should probably make some yucca frita or go out for some yucca frita on my birthday. Mediocre, what questions you gonna ask Al from Boston? Oh no, that says what are you gonna ask Adam? Did y'all hear that Al from Boston disappeared?
Let me answer the first question. What am I going to ask Al from Boston? I'm going to ask him how the fuck he ended up with a Bloomberg terminal.
Library. Hey, did you know that his channel is deleted?
I did hear that, yes.
I heard through the rumor mill that it was. What are you going to ask Adam Aaron, though, if you meet him in your hometown?
If I do meet him, hopefully Massalorian comes with me. I was going to ask him about conversion of APE and AMC, but I think John Merriweather pretty much answered that, to be honest. But I have other questions I'm thinking about asking, like how much he intends to dilute. Like if he has how much. I don't think he'll give me a dollar amount, but I'd ask him something along those lines. I'm the type of person who would kind of pump him for some information and see what I could get out of him.
David wants you to ask him about the tokenized shares.
What do you want me to ask him?
Well, read the comment there.
Tokenized wallets have recently been.
I don't know if I can trust a question that ends with LOL.
I don't understand what I don't think Adam Aaron knows anything about these tokenized coins other than the fact that he said they were not legit.
Guys, AMC has gone on the fucking record under penalty of perjury from the SEC that they had nothing to do with tokenized wallets. If FTX created some fake tokenized stocks, have you seen one shred of evidence that FTX did anything legal? They fucking ripped off retail and lied to you.
I know that Adam Aaron was telling people about that, though.
They weren't backed by shit. This was a fucking scam by FTX. I don't even know why people are talking about it.
I don't know why they're talking about it either, though. It doesn't make sense to me.
You're a shill, Mediocre. You don't believe in tokenized AMC shares.
I mean, did AMC create it? No.
Do you have any evidence of anything?
Do they have any money? Did they get any money for it? No, they got shit. So why would I didn't buy the fucking shit. Did you buy it, Tony? Did you buy tokens, Tony? AMC tokens? Why not, Tony?
First of all, I didn't even know about it till about 2 months ago. Second of all, when I looked into it, they have not been traded recently. Like since June of 2021. When I saw they have not been traded since June of 2021, I stopped my investigating at that point.
Okay, well, I heard Adam Aaron talking about this shit a while ago.
I do remember that, where he denied any involvement with it at all.
Yeah, on Twitter. He said that they stole their logo and all that bullshit.
That is like legal advice, right? I mean, they could be held liable if they're lying, right?
Right. And so, as far as anything that was traded on FTX platform or whatever the fuck it was, if it was crypto related, I don't know shit about it because I don't trade that garbage. That's just my opinion. I think I got $20 in Bitcoin and it's at like fucking 60 fucking bucks or whatever the fuck it is. 60,000.
Mediocre. Look, I know you're trying to get over 1,000 subs. Let me just give you a little bit of advice. If you've got no face and you've got comments turned off, pumping the conspiracy theory about tokenized shares, Mediocre, is a fucking golden brick road to getting over 1,000 shares.
1,000 subs, you mean?
Yes.
You tell me I should talk about it.
Guys, you can't make this shit up. Let me call my Uncle Sammy. Uncle Shilly. Uncle Shilly, you want to come on live with me? Tell me about your made up spreadsheet about the tokenized stocks. Uncle Shilly? You want to come on live with me, Uncle Shilly? Tell us how Ape is the #1 shorted stock in the stock market, according to Yahoo. Uncle Shilly. Meanwhile, I have no face and I've got comments turned off because Tony Denaro will rake me with a K.
You're going to rake them?
I'm going to rake him.
Never mind. You're going to rake them in the back door? Oh, shit. I fucking can't.
There's only 2 things we rake here,
Yeah.
Mediocre. Pigsties and chicken shit.
Yeah. And we're raking in the fucking dollars in the stock market, baby.
We ain't raking shit in the stock market in 2023.
Funny shit. I don't know, man. If it's crypto related, I don't pay no fucking attention to it, to be totally honest with people. Like, I'm not even interested. And I'll tell you why. Because I was like, shit, I could trade Bitcoin on the weekends and all this stuff. I'm going to start fucking around with that. To move your money from this place to this place, it costs you fucking $5. To move it from this place to this place, it costs you another $5. To enter a trade, it costs you this much money. The spread's fucking this wide instead of this wide. I'm like, that's a fucking losing proposition. I'm not getting involved in that shit.
Pirate Born says, how do the mods here time out people for cursing? It's just a bot, Pirate. Don't argue with a bot. There's no humans, I assure you, blocking you for curse words. You can add a space in between one of the letters and the bot will let it go through. I have no problems with cursing, but the bot might. How do I think my Q&A with Markets with May went? Vinny, good question. I appreciated May coming on. I think it went pretty good. Of course, the hater channels. Oh yeah, Markets with May. She's a paid shill. Markets with May has spent more time in the markets than these dudes have spent with a girl, period. That's all I can say. She knows her shit. I don't know much about her, guys. That was literally my first interaction with her. But from watching some of her videos and her live streams, she knows what she's talking about in the financial markets, or I would never have invited her on. So my hope is down the road, whatever stocks we're talking about or market fucking dynamics, that we can have an ongoing relationship in YouTube to talk about shit. Doesn't have to be AMC. I don't fucking care. I'm looking for people that know their way around trading or know their way around the markets. That's all I care about. And I have not found any holes in her knowledge or her experience in the markets.
That's the thing people need to realize too. At some point, AMC is just going to be another stock. I'm not a shill. I'm just saying, at some point, the play is going to be over and it's going to turn back into another stock. Right? So, what do you do after AMC? People need to start thinking about. They can think about whatever they want. I mean, if you're going to trade in the stock market, you might want to think about some other stocks. Not telling you to leave AMC. That's not what I'm saying at all. Do what you want to do, but I don't know. I'm just going to shut up. I look at other stocks. That's what I'm going to tell you, okay? I trade every fucking stock in the market if it's in there.
Gus says, why didn't YouTube recommend me to you during May 2021 run-up? I was not around Gus in May 2021. I got so frustrated. Gus, I got so frustrated with the clickbait, the Mo Money fucking dudes and the Trey and the Mats. I started making videos in July after the run-up. I was in AMC in May, but I was not promoting people to buy the stock as something was running up. Like anything, I would have told you, don't fucking buy something after the first or second day. I would have said the same fucking thing. Recognize a run up for what it is. I started buying in late May. I bought also a lot of call options. I sold those first. I made a shit ton of money on call options. All my shares are free at this point because I don't know. I don't even remember how much I made. Tens of thousands of dollars off of call options while I was watching these doofuses, these little kids buy $100 calls when AMC was at 60. I'm selling shit. I wish I was around then because I would have been telling you all the same shit. But at the point that I started doing videos, it was what it was. People were in the play, and there was still a fucking good chance all of 2021 for a second squeeze. I will never back down from that. Retail was a solid group. The short interest was high. The cost to borrow was high. The stock market was still good. But then we had November, the recession hit. Things changed. It's a different play. We got to make our own relative decisions now with the play that we're in. I'm hoping that something will pop off before the vote. After that, if you're still holding after the conversion, it may be a longer term play. So some of y'all might have some choices to make between now and then. Do what you got to do. I was not the guy pumping this stock between January and early June 2021. That was not me.
Tony, were you buying at $72?
Was I what?
Buying shares at $72?
Fuck no. No. I was buying at $8 in late May. At that time frame in May, late May, I was not buying anything in June. My buy-in at that time frame was around $7-8. Now, throughout the year of 2021, as it was coming down a little bit and short interest was staying high and retail was still very interested in the play, the most expensive share I bought was in the high 30s. All right. But I made tens of thousands of dollars in early June selling call options. So my shares are free. It doesn't matter to me. Was that smart in retrospect? No, fucking no. Any of us that bought in the 10s, 20s, 30s and held it all the way down, which I have, of course, that's not a smart call. But it is what it is. Like, look, guys, the recession hit. Interest rates happen. Interest rate hikes happened. But I still believe in the potential of this company to become a recovery play. And now we got what? Now we got a new thing handed to us. This reverse split and dilution. The dynamics change every fucking month in this play. What can I do?
It's
What can I
crazy.
fucking do?
It does. It's crazy. There's so much fucking ups and downs.
I can do the same thing as you guys. I can hold or I can sell. That's your choice. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you what could happen. And we all know what happens when dilution occurs. But there's also a lot of volatility between now and then. So I'm not giving advice. You do what you fucking want. I don't care. Your choices are irrelevant to me.
What do you mean, Tony? It's not your money?
My money is my money. I don't blame Adam Aaron. I don't blame anybody. If I hold, that's my choice. If I sell, that's my choice.
That's right. It's your money. Do what you want with it.
God damn, I'm so fucking tired of whiners, though, at this point.
It's getting old. I know.
I'm
I get it.
always going to tell you guys the same fucking thing on every fucking play. Trust no CEO. If there's a run up, expect dilution. What else? If you're going to get in a play, get in early. Don't buy after it's already running up. If you're buying after it's already running up, have an exit plan in case it doesn't work out the way you want. It's the same fucking shit we talk about every week. AMC or any fucking penny stock. No, the rules are not fucking different. But I can't help some of you that you're already stuck in the play. You're stuck in the play. That's fine. Now you understand what's going on, right? You're in a company that is in now a recovery play in a recessionary high interest rate market. That is your choice, guys. It's not mine. I'm not ever telling anyone to stay in a play, buy, sell, or hold. Make up your own mind. You're your own person. You've got
your money.
It's your
You're
money.
in charge of your money. Yep.
I get so fucking tired of the people that like don't even watch my channel and hear me saying this shit every day that make assumptions about what I'm saying. Fuck you guys. I don't like the word MOAS. I don't like the word catalyst. I don't talk about ridiculous catalysts. Never have. The only catalyst I believe in is the one that is unknown, one that is nobody is talking about. That is the only thing in my mind. The unknown catalyst. That is the only fucking thing that will ever catch a hedge fund off guard. Everything that anybody is talking about is bullshit, in my opinion. And I mean that in the nicest way to all my much loved, much appreciated fellow YouTubers. All these catalysts they're talking about, I don't care about. That's just me. I don't care about it. The only thing, in my opinion, that's going to catch anyone off guard is something that no one is expecting. And I've said that for 18 months. I don't care what the fucking hater channels are lying to you about.
Yeah. I don't put a lot of faith in all these little things that happen because they already know what's going to happen.
Exactly. Any regulation, they already know about it. You don't think they're planning a way out of that? Come on. Go back and watch my videos from 18 months ago. All the DD busting I did on fucking stupid regulation catalysts. I just got tired of doing that. I got tired of being the bad guy. All this regulation crap. It's just nonsense. If they know about it, they have a way to get out of it.
I think they do. They know about it. They know about everything.
What do I do know for sure? What do I do know? Is that a double positive mediocre? What do I know for sure? This company, I'll tell you what I know for sure, mediocre. This company is a recovery play. The box office is increasing. The shorts don't think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out. Call me a fucking optimist. I don't care. You can hate me for liking the movie industry. I don't think streaming is the future. I think that people want to see movies. I think that by 2024, the domestic box office is going to recover. I might be wrong, but that is my belief. You can fucking dunk on me all you like. I might be wrong. That's my belief. I'm not paid by anybody. But now we do have the new thing to consider of this dilution, the ape dilution. So make your own choices, guys. So it's far beyond, it's way past the point of me telling you what to do. Way past the point.
I mean, it's been 2 years, Tony. You know, I think the play is going to continue, right? It's a recovery play. You're right. I do agree with you there. It's good. I'm in it to see AMC recover because I think that they can recover, right? That's just the truth. All the other shit that's involved in it is what it is, you know? If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there.
I think mediocre. I think that the shorts are way too pessimistic. Karen says you're an optimist. I am an optimist, Karen. Despite as negative as I sound on many plays, I'm a realist, but I'm also an optimist. I think that this company will recover. I think that the movie industry will recover. What year? 2024, 2025? I don't know. I think that the smart money right now will be conserving your cash, waiting to see what happens after the conversion and the reverse split, which I think will be approved. And if it gets sold off because of Ontario or dilution, the smart money will be holding their cash on the side. If it drops, buy it when it's cheap. What do you think, mediocre?
Oh, I have a plan already in place. I've been working it for a while. An option strategy that will lower my dollar cost average.
Are you I don't want to like out you in a live stream, but are you looking at puts like for the after the I've looked at them, but the payoff was not very good because the price the VIG from the market makers is so high it like didn't even make sense.
So there's many different strategies. First of all, I'll say like even with puts, right? Like you could buy a put or you could sell a put, right? There's two different things you could do with a put. You could buy a call, you could sell a call, right? Okay, so for this week, I'll tell everybody my play because I really don't care. But I sold puts against AMC. So is that a bearish position or a bullish position?
Bullish.
I think the community should know. It's
bullish. Bullish.
It's a bullish position. Why?
Because you can buy them when it drops to a certain price that you feel comfortable buying the stock at.
Exactly. And this is what people don't realize, right? Why would I buy the stock for $6.50 when I could say, okay, I'll buy it for $6.50. You come down to $6.50, I'll buy it, right? That's what selling a put means. So I sold a put on
this is very high. Some people are going to fucking lose their minds in this conversation. But
I know that.
Continue.
Okay.
Let's try and educate for a second.
Okay. So I sold for this week. I'll tell you the exact play. I sold 10 puts that expire on Friday. at the $6 strike price. So you understand what I did, right? Well, while I sold those puts, I put up the money for 1,000 shares at $6. So my broker has my money in escrow.
You have a cash secured put, right?
I have a cash, 10 of them, 10 cash secured puts. Yep. So that, because I sold the put, I receive premium for selling that put.
Yep.
So I received $230. Okay. Now I'm not telling anybody to do any of what I'm doing. This is just what I did. I then took that $230 and I bought four $4 call options that expire April 21st. Where's the negative in what I did, Tony?
That depends if you're a hater or not, or if you understand options or not.
Exactly. That's the problem. And I understand options can be complicated to new traders, right? They should do some research, right? That's the thing. All options are not bad. Okay. There's a strategies out there where you can basically lower your dollar cost average but you have to be within a range to do that, right? You can't be at $60 and think you're going to lower your dollar cost average. You're just not going to be able to do it. It's not going to happen. You have to be within range of the stock price in order to do options plays that can benefit you so you don't lose your overall position, right? Because I don't want to go deep into the weeds, but if you sell a call option and that call option goes into the money, then you're going to get exercised on, and you owe that person you sold that call option 100 shares of stock. So you don't want to give up your stock. So you need to kind of know what you're doing to prevent that from happening. But you can sell call options and protect your position at the same time and make weekly money. Because somebody's buying options. Believe me, especially on AMC, they're buying options every day. You know, in 90% of options, they end up expiring useless.
Yep.
At the end of their deal. So I don't know.
Prometheus says, what is the amount of AMC's debt? It's just over $5 billion, my friend. Is it monthly recurring? No. We have an interest payment every quarter. And if I'm not mistaken, the bulk of the AMC debt is due around 2026. Watch my recent video.
By no means am I telling anybody to play options, by the way. Like, if you don't
do not fucking play options if you don't know what you're doing.
Correct.
Yeah, same comment here. Most people don't have the skills required to play options.
Yeah. But that's kind of why I don't tell people my plays, right? Because most of my plays are all options. I do trade stock too, but options are leverage. There's more money in options. That's just the truth. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose your shirt. It's very easy to lose money with options. It's just a contract with a date that expires.
If you guys want to know more about the more exotic ways to make money off of options, go subscribe to Mediocre. He's still trying to get over 1,000, right? Are you over 1,000 yet?
Oh God, no.
Why are you guys not subscribed to him? Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to my channel. Join my Discord. We will talk about this stuff to you. There's just a fucking wide misconception in the retail community about what options are as far as
Very low.
hedging or creating opportunities to generate profit while like Mediocre just talked about, selling puts to generate a profit and establish a price at which you're willing to buy the shares. This is a very complicated, how do I say it, Mediocre? Like, you got to get out of your head to understand how all this stuff works, right?
Yeah, you gotta put time in it and understand it, right? Like, there's videos out there. If you want to
Just
really truly learn options, like
just because someone uses the word put does not mean that they're betting against the company.
exactly. Right, exactly. It doesn't mean that just because the word put is there doesn't mean it's a bearish thing. Most of the time, yes, but not every time does that mean that, right? Here's a perfect example. And I'm not telling anybody to do this, but I do this a lot. If there's a stock that here's a even better, I'll even use a stock that I am going to do this, okay? So I told everybody earlier in this video that I made $240 just alone on a dividend. That's what Ford gave me for a dividend, $240 for the amount of shares that I held because it was a special dividend, blah, blah, blah. So I constantly sell call options against my position, right? Which means I'm taking in premium every week. So that when you take in that money, if you apply it directly to your dollar cost average, that brings down your dollar cost average. So it allows you to sell. If the price drops, you could sell call options closer to the stock price. Eventually, you're going to get exercised on and get your money back. So that's basically what happened with Ford. So now I had my money back. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to wait for the stock price to fall. I'm going to sell a put against it. Hope the put goes into money, so I get exercise on the put. I get the shares. I also get to keep the premium. Boom. I got my shares back. Start the process all over again. Start selling calls against it. It's called the wheel strategy. You can look it up. But that's just do some research on options.
If you don't understand that, guys, join my Discord, join Mediocre's Discord. We will explain this shit to you. There are plenty of ways to make money in multiple plays, in multiple stocks. Like, I sell covered calls on a vast majority of my portfolio to generate income while I'm holding a stock. Selling cash covered puts is another way to generate income on a stock that you're bullish on. Then you're willing to buy at X price. It's not all bad. This is the people that are telling you this shit is bad don't fucking understand options.
That's right. Because they want you to smack the ass all the time. Which that makes the stock price go up. It does. It's true, right? But it doesn't necessarily protect your position, though. If you're trying to maintain a competitive position, you're going to need to do things that keep your position competitive.
What I don't do, Mediocre, I do not sell covered calls on AMC, though.
See, there's another strategy that I have, and I disagree. If I told you the strategy, you probably would do it.
Well, tell me real quick.
Okay, quickly. If you, for example, I'll finish the whole play I did. So I sold 10 cash secured puts, right? Got $230. I used that $230. I bought $4 call options for April, which is another strategy that has to do with the whole Terra deal. $4 are in the money. Okay. Then during the run up, I sold $8 call options. So now there's a $4 difference between my $4 and my $8 calls. I sold 4 $8 call options. So if I get exercise on the $8 call options, I cash in my $4 call options to pay for it. I get to keep the difference.
Now you're talking a whole nother level. I like that.
And what happens? You lower your dollar cost average on your position.
All right. I can respect that.
I mean,
there's a lot of exotic ways to make money on options. And if you're just sitting with thousands of shares and you're not making money on it, like you're just what would you say, mediocre? You're letting money just fly by.
yeah, and I don't expect everybody to know what we're talking about or freaking, learning in a day. It's not going to happen, right? It's going to take time to learn, but to just poo-poo options all the time, like they're bad, that's not necessarily true. They can be used in a correct way. That's all I'm trying to say.
Steven says, Tony, mediocre, do you prefer in the money or out of the money? I like out of the money. Steven, out of the money, 90 days plus. That's just my personal preference. How about you, mediocre? I'm mostly by calls. When AMC hits a sick bottom, I will buy out of the money calls close to the current strike price, 90 days out.
So I have another strategy because everybody knows I trade 1348 strategy. So I use that strategy a lot on the 3 and 5 minute time frames, right? I'm not going to go into great detail, but if I get across and I'm playing the SPY, for example, I'll buy a close to but out of the money option, get in it, run it up. When it runs up, I'm out within, usually it's like 10, 15 minutes, but it could go all day. You never know. But you don't hold the option more than a day or two, depending on what you're doing. Because holding options is not a good idea unless you're in a position that protects your options position.
Justin says, any update on Antera deal requiring Adam Aaron to hold off on announcing dilution? No updates yet that I have seen. However, we have had some discussions, and I think I think many of us are expecting that there may be an update to the deal between Antara and AMC. What do you think, mediocre?
I was reading other comments on it. Tony Denaro. Oh, I don't think there was an update for.
There has not been yet, but do you think there will be one between now and March 14th or April 27th?
Do I think that AMC and Antera will come in with another deal?
I mean, like a modification to the current deal because of the uncertainty of the litigation?
Oh, I think that's probably already in the works, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, I think that there will be a deal to ensure that AMC gets some money and Antera gets some more shares of vape. That's what I think probably will happen, and it'll probably put another stipulation in about the court date.
When and if, guys, the deal is modified, and I do expect that it will be, you should hear about it within like 1 to 2 days of these guys making a deal. So when and if that happens, we will let you know.
Yeah.
There'll be an 8K filing. It's not going to be like in the dark.
So Anya had a question about my profit and loss, and I would say I was just talking strategy. I wasn't talking about my profit and loss because I don't know what I'm going to make in the end because it depends on what happens in the play that I created, right? What I did is not something that happens all the time, right? It's not something you could just. For me, it was something that I wrote down on paper and figured out. I calculated myself in my head, and then I did the math and the option chain, figured it out, whatever. But my play, I can't really lose any money. It just depends on what happens. I either end up with shares or I end up with money. That's the whole premise of what I did. So profit and loss, I'm not really going to lose anything. It's a
All right.
win-win for me.
Mediocre. We got a work day in the morning. It's
Mhm.
Tuesday, 11:44 p.m. my time, 12:44 a.m. your time, right?
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m.
I think we should call it a night, guys, because we got to get it up in a few hours to make some money, hopefully, and talk to you guys about making some money.
I hope I didn't hurt nobody's feelings. That's not what I wanted to do. If I did, sorry. If don't be a little bitch. That's all. You know what I mean?
Don't be a little bitch. Yeah, guys. These are literally some of the most fact-based, no bullshit channels that you're going to find. Go hit Mediocre Trader up with a sub. He would like to get over 1,000 subs, although I don't know how hard he really wants to work for it since he doesn't do any videos. Mediocre. I'm just teasing you, buddy. But anyways, he's a good guy. I mean, like from my experience with him over the last year, legit dude, good trader, good head on his shoulders, no bullshit. Give him a sub if you haven't already.
Thank you, Tony. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you and I appreciate your time tonight. Guys, there are a lot of, what's the word, mediocre? There are a lot of people in this Twitter and YouTube community that need to be on medication. Is that a nice way to say it, mediocre?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's the nicest way I can say it. There's a lot of people, guys, that are just about breaking other people down, personal attacks. They can't talk about due diligence or anything respective to a play. It's all about personal attacks. You got to separate yourself from these people.
Yeah. I care about, and I know Tony feels the same way. I care kind of about one thing and one thing only, really. Like, I'm in it to help people, right? You don't have to blame me. You can think I'm full of shit. I really don't care. That's your opinion. But I don't come on here. I hardly do any videos like you hear Tony razzing me. It's not that I don't want to help the community. It's that there's so much drama. It's not worth it, right? But I'm willing to help anybody. So if you really want some help, stuff like that, you got a couple people that are willing to help. That's all I'm going to tell you. You know, you just swiping right on your phone to buy a stock and then swiping right to get rid of it is, to me, that's not good sound investment stuff. But that's just my thoughts on it.
If someone is telling you something that elicits an emotional reaction, that's probably somebody that you should not be spending time with. That's like the basis of everything, bullish or bearish. If you're feeling some sort of emotional something, then there's an agenda there. Cold-blooded, no emotions. That's how we do it here. I'm going to tell you always the good and the bad. I know Mediocre is going to do the same because I've talked to him a lot offline. He's a grounded, legit dude. Send him a sub. Thank you, every one of you that support this channel, all of you that watch tonight, all of you that are watching on a replay. If you have questions, drop me a comment. Send Mediocre a comment on his channel. Mediocre, do you got any closing arguments?
I just want to thank everybody who watches the show. Thank you for having me on, Tony. And I just want to tell everybody, listen, at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Even the no vote people and the yes vote people, we're all in this together. It doesn't matter.
Amen.
We're all in this play. And
we all want to make money, right, brother?
That's right. So, I mean, there are other plays out there, though. Don't ever forget that. This isn't the only one. So, but I'm here, and this is AMC, like, is the only meme stock that I'm invested in. And I hate the freaking term meme stock, by the way. Like, I think that is like a derogatory term to, trying to save a company that should be saved, right? I don't know. Whatever. But thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to shut up now. Like, share, subscribe to Tony's channel and mine, and we're good to go.
Thank you, everyone that watched tonight. If you got questions, drop it in the comments. My channel, Mediocres. Thank you to the admins and the moderators tonight. Thank you for the haters and the lovers. All of you guys provide views to both my channel and Mediocres. We appreciate it. As always, guys, we do our best to provide you fact-based, honest, real due diligence, no bullshit. Both myself and Mediocre, I've talked to him so much offline. I feel he is completely aligned with my my outlook on the market. I appreciate him, and thank you, amigo, for your time tonight.
Thank you.
And guys, we will see you on the very next video.